Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to a timeless reading where we are going to receive messages in regards to your next soulmate encounter. Now, I can bet that you have heard this a gajillion times already, but I feel it's worth repeating. Soulmates, they can be romantic, but they don't have to be. They can be platonic as well. They can even be acquaintances. So this reading is not exclusive to romantic soulmates. It can apply to a platonic soulmate connection as well. Now, I did set the intention to receive messages in regards to a new soulmate connection, or the very least, the most recent soulmate connection. For example, if it's the case that you have recently met someone who you feel is a soulmate and you want to know more information about this connection, then these messages can apply to you. But it most definitely is for those of you who have not met this person yet, or who possibly only know of them, but you haven't really interacted with them, or you just briefly interacted with them once, but you really haven't gotten to know them that well yet, or something of that sort. Because definitely for this reading, we are picking up on new energy, or the very least, the most recent energy from whenever you are watching this video. Okay, so with that being said, now I would like to give you a quick rundown of how this reading is going to unfold. Okay, so each group or each reading will be divided into 3 parts. So for part 1, we will find out more about the connection itself. What is the overall energy or vibe of the connection, as well as what is the purpose of this connection? What did this connection come in to teach you? For part 2 of the reading, we will find out more information in regards to this soulmate you will be encountering. What their overall energy is like, their personality, what they will be going through or experiencing in their life when you encounter them. And for part 3 of the reading, we are going to look into the when and how of this connection. When you will encounter this soulmate, how you will encounter them, and how this connection or relationship will unfold. And to wrap up the reading, we are simply going to receive any last messages, advice, or guidance that Spirit has for you in regards to this connection. We might even possibly receive some messages from the higher self of this soulmate you will be encountering. This might be quite a lengthy reading, so prepare thyself. But we do have 3 groups to choose from. For group 1, we have this fluorite crystal, along with this free spirit card. For group 2, we have this golden azistulite crystal, I know I pronounced that wrong, along with this painting of flowers I did a while back. And for group 3, we have this white butterfly painting along with this red carnelian crystal. Okay, so as always, take as much time as necessary to choose your group. You can pause the video if you need to. And once you have chosen your group, then head on over to the comments section where the timestamps are provided. Okay, so now that you have chosen, let's get right into your messages. Let's go! Hola Seekers who chose the fluorite crystal along with the free spirit card, welcome to your reading where we are going to find out. My voice cracked. Okay, where we are going to find out about your next soulmate encounter. Now, I bet you have heard this a gajillion times, but it's worth repeating. Soulmates can be romantic, but they don't have to be. They can be platonic relationships as well. They can even be acquaintances, but yeah, so do keep that in mind because this reading pertains to all types of soulmates, not just romantic. And another thing that is worth mentioning, when shuffling and pulling out the cards, I did set the intention to receive messages in regards to a new or the most recent soulmate encounter. So if it is the case that you are inquiring or wondering about someone who you have recently met, who you feel, or you're wondering if this is a soulmate or not, then this reading can very much apply to you. But this is mostly focused on new energy, so someone who you possibly haven't met yet, or you know of and are wondering about, or it may just be the case where you have connected with them, but you haven't connected with them at a deeper or more intimate level. So with that being said, let me just give you a quick overview of how this reading is going to unfold. So as always, I will begin the reading with an intuitive message, and then we're going to get right into the cards. And the first group of cards are going to let us know more about the connection itself. So the overall vibe of the connection and what is the purpose of this connection? What are the lessons this connection is meant to teach you? And then we're going to jump into the second group of cards, which will let us know more about this soulmate who you will be encountering. Their personality, their overall vibe, as well as what they are going through in their life when you encounter them. And the last group of cards will let us know more about how this encounter is going to happen. So the when and the how, and also get a little bit more detail in regards to how it will unfold. Okay, and to wrap up the reading, we are simply going to receive any last messages that Spirit has for you, or possibly even the higher self of this soulmate. Okay, but now let's get into your reading. So you guys chose the Free Spirit card. This came with a necklace that was gifted to me. And the necklace was actually a dragonfly. And if we read the message here, it says, make a wish and put on your necklace. The dragonfly darts like light, twisting and turning, changing directions, even flying backwards when it needs to. Let your necklace be a reminder to get creative and live life without limits. So I get the feeling that either you or this soulmate you will be encountering is quite a free spirit. I feel they are very creative. I feel that they march to the beat of their own drum, and they're not settlers is what I'm getting. They work hard to achieve their dreams, and they are visionaries. They have big ambitions, they have big dreams, and they're always aspiring for more. Now, like I said, this could be their energy or yours, or both of you. We do have the dragonfly here, so maybe dragonflies might be of significance for you or for this connection. Maybe that might be your spirit animal, or how the higher self of this soulmate comes through for you. But dragonflies are reminding me of being versatile. They can easily adapt to change, and challenges are not obstacles for the dragonfly. They learn from the challenges and from the lessons, and thus I feel this energy is constantly growing. So like I said, this could be you or this other person that are constantly transforming and embracing change. And I do feel like the aim of the journey, what this soul or even you came into this lifetime to accomplish, is to obtain freedom. Now I know that's very general, because this could be freedom of the mind, freeing yourselves of beliefs that have been limiting you. This can be freedom of the soul, in which you can express yourself more freely. This can be freedom in terms to physical and tangible, is that the word? Restrictions. So for example, freeing yourself from relationships that oppress you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with a person. This could be a relationship with the work situation. This can be in regards to contracts. This can be in regards to finances, money. It can be several different things. So I am going to leave it open there, because again, we are all on different journeys. So it will apply differently to each one of you. But I do feel like this person is trying to find their freedom, wants to truly embody and express this free-spirited nature that they are. Because the other thing I'm getting is that this person is multi-talented. They have a lot of skills, a lot of talents, a lot of abilities, and so they don't like anything that limits them, because they do desire to express all of their many talents and skills. All of their many colors is what I'm getting. One of the messages that did come to mind when connecting with the energy of this group was searching in the light or searching for the light. And it was reminding me a lot of the Hermit card in the tarot deck, more specifically the Lantern. And I am being called to this message, make a wish. So either you or this person have been trying to manifest the other, or you've been trying to manifest one another, and at this moment you're searching for each other if you haven't met this person yet. If you have, I do feel like this person manifested you, or you manifested this person or this encounter. But I also feel like Spirit really wants you to start using your intuition in general, but also in terms to this connection. Because when I asked Spirit for any messages for you guys, the only message I received was first start. So I feel that's very much Spirit coming through to say, you will know as you go. All the answers you need will show up in the moment, is what I'm getting. So listen to your intuition, be present in the moment, and trust that everything you need will be given to you when you need it. Be it guidance, be it resources, be it answers. Okay? But now I am going to move into the cards. And the first cards will let us know about this connection. What is the overall vibe or energy of this connection? And we have the Ace of Swords as well as kindreds. Okay. And no wonder my voice cracked. Did you guys notice it actually cracked 2 times while giving the intuitive message? I feel it was for a reason. We do have the Ace of Swords here, and this Ace is associated with the element of air. And air has to do with communication as well as the mental realm. And actually, I was going to point out that you guys chose the fluorite, which has tinges or hues of blue in it. At least it looks blue to me. I'm not sure if it looks blue to you guys. Anyways, I'm seeing blue. And the color blue is associated with the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is about communication, speaking your truth, being honest. And I also see it as an energy center of authenticity and self-expression. So I do feel like this connection is going to be honest, blunt, honest, and straightforward, because this ace is very much in your face. That rhymed. So in this connection, inhibition is the word that came through. There's no inhibition. There's no hiding. There's no reason to lie is what I'm getting, or be deceitful. Because either you or this person, you guys are highly intuitive. Keen intuition is what I'm getting. You might have that sixth sense of claircognizance where you just know things. So you know when a person is not being honest, when a person is lying or hiding something. Now, I'm not knowledgeable on trees or plants, their names and such, but the word juniper keeps coming through over and over again in my mind. So if you guys know which tree or plant these leaves are associated with, if you'd like, you can share that in the comment section down below. But I am getting juniper. And I know juniper is often used to cleanse or for smudging. So what I'm getting is cleansing through the bullshit. You guys can't lie to each other even if you wanted to. What I'm also getting with this Ace of Swords is like a crown chakra activation. And the crown chakra is where we download information from our higher self, also from the higher self of other people. It's from higher beings. So I do feel like this connection is very much centered on the crown chakra, or stems from the crown chakra, where you may even be able to possibly telepathically communicate with this person. And I feel that's one of the other reasons why you can't lie to each other or hide things from each other, because it's like you can almost pick up on this person's thoughts, or you very much understand how this person's minds work, and they understand how your mind works. So I do feel like you are very intellectually compatible. You stimulate each other's minds, and the way you communicate with each other is very important. What I'm even getting is that you might have a lot of inside jokes. You might even speak like your own language, have keywords or cues that you guys only understand. Like, for example, if an outsider were to hear your conversation, they wouldn't be able to understand what you guys are talking about. Like, you don't even have to finish your sentence and the other person already knows what you were gonna say. That's the vibe I'm getting with this Ace of Swords. And actually, I was gonna pull out a mini chakra card. These are homemade cards to see where the connection is stemming from, what chakra, which energy center. Oh, we have the heart chakra. Okay, the heart chakra also talks about authenticity, about honesty. So yeah, I do feel this connection is all about being authentic and honest. At least that is what this connection came through to allow. Authenticity, honesty. I'm even getting loyalty with this Ace of Swords. We do have the Kindreds card here, which speaks about, I see it as a soulmate card, speaks about a soul family, soul tribe. So I do feel like this is double confirmation from Spirit that yes, this person is part of your soul family, but what I'm mostly getting with this Kindred's card is this is someone that you truly vibe with, not just because they are part of your soul family, because you have this deep soul connection or soul familiarity with them that you vibe with them, but it's like your personalities, your minds are very similar to each other. So this is someone who is a kindred spirit, someone who gets you and understands you. So this is a connection where you very much, I'm not getting a homey vibe actually, like feeling at home with this person. It's more like this is a connection that you feel understood in, that you don't have to try hard for is what I'm getting. Like you don't have to fake, you don't have to pretend, you don't have to over-explain yourself. Like you can be blunt with this person, you can be pretty direct with this person, and this person won't take it offensively. This is not a sensitive connection in terms to you have to walk on eggshells around this person. This is someone that you can open your heart to. Like if you're angry, you can express that you're angry to this person, and this person won't take it as a personal offense. Because I feel like you two are very logical. If it's not you two, it may be you or this other person. And so they see things from a logical perspective, and they know that whatever you're going through, most of the time it has nothing to do with them. And so they don't take things personally in that way. And I think that's very liberating. And this connection did come to help you both grow and to expand, and to, what I'm getting with this Kindred's card is nourish one another. Because you are giving yourself this safe space to simply be. And I feel like either you or this other person has a lot of pent up emotions, feelings, or even opinions that through this connection they will be expressed. And that in itself allows healing and allows liberation is what I'm getting. And I'm also getting that this connection is one that will also inspire you to look or connect with people who you truly resonate with. Like this connection in itself will inspire you to find more relationships that you feel you can be authentic in. The main message I'm getting is that some of you might literally, after this connection or when this connection is at play, you will actively try to seek or manifest more people that are part of your soul family or soul tribe, or at least more kindred spirits. Because the other message I'm getting is networking. Either this person will introduce you to new people who you resonate with, or people who are part of your soul tribe, soul family, or like I said, are kindred spirits. Like they will help your inner circle expand a bit. And the sword is reminding me of protection, and I'm seeing how these vines here pretty much protecting this sacred space over here. So I also feel like this connection pretty much is here to establish some boundaries. Either make you aware of the lack of boundaries, or show you how to respect boundaries, because I do feel like this person will honor and respect your boundaries and will also ask of you to honor and respect their boundaries. And if there is ever a crossing of the lines in this connection, it will be let known. This person will let you know if they feel you cross their boundaries, and you will feel safe enough to let this person know when they have crossed your boundaries, if that is ever the case. And this is someone who I feel quickly accepts their mistakes, and they are one to want to change or to better. So this person does apologize. They are not one to give, like empty apologies. They are someone who does keep their promises and also really admires loyalty. So they might expect you to keep your promises. And this connection here will also like help you to speak your truth or speak up for yourself. What I'm getting is that when you meet this person, your ability to communicate will improve. Maybe some of you don't feel like you're great communicators. Like you don't know how to express your thoughts or your emotions well through verbal communication or any type of communication, and you always felt like that's something where you lacked. But I don't feel it's because you guys are not good communicators. On the contrary, I think you're excellent communicators. I think communications is one of your talents, but it may be that the people who you have surrounded yourself with, you kind of had to adapt to them, and thus you weren't able to fully realize or see your potential in regards to communication. I'm seeing a bit of a downplaying, and maybe you have not even been aware that you do that. But when you meet this person, it's like a door opens for you. It's like all of a sudden you are able to express yourself so well. All of a sudden you're witty. You hit back with quick remarks, and you're able to hold a conversation and be charismatic through your communication. And it's, again, because this person is like at your level is what I'm getting. So when you meet them, it's like this side of you didn't even know existed, all of a sudden rises to the occasion, bursts through and shows you and the world what they have been missing. Yeah, because I'm getting like a lot of witty conversations, very unique humor, expansion of the mind. This is a connection that is very open-minded, that seeks to learn more together and learn from each other and learn more about their emotions is what I'm getting. So not only do you pick up on this person's thoughts or they on yours, but I also feel like you are able to pick up on each other's feelings and emotions with this heart chakra card over here. So you're very in tune with each other, and that's another reason why you can't lie to each other or hide things from each other. So this is a very open book type of relationship or connection is what I'm getting. And I'm getting divine protection with this Kindred's card. So I feel like when you're with this person, you will feel divinely protected. It's like you will feel your spirit team with you, or you will feel higher beings around you. I'm almost getting like when you're with this person, you're in your own little bubble. You don't really care how other people are looking at you, what they're thinking about you, what they're saying. Like superficial things don't matter when you're with this person, because when you're with this person, all that matters is the truth. Expressing your truth, showing up authentically, being honest about your feelings, being honest about who you are. Okay? But now I am going to move into the other cards, which will let us know more about the purpose of this connection, what this connection came to teach you, show you. And we have 23, dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. And we also have, my intention was to only pull out one of these cards, but I felt the need to pull out another one, so here it is. 29, healing. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. And we have astrology card, the 8th house, Saturn in Scorpio, inheritance. Okay. So I actually intended to pull one of these astrology cards for each group, but after pulling a second card for you guys, I didn't feel the need to pull out this card, but I wanted to be fair, so I pulled it anyways. I wanted to share that because I feel like with these two cards, we would have gotten all the information we needed for you to know at this moment. So this feels like an extra little message or information for you guys. Now, when I was shuffling the deck before this card came out, the word origin kept coming through. And now looking at this card, I noticed that we actually have the word origin here. So I feel like this is representing the origin of this connection. And the image here is making me think of like starseed vibes, being part of a star family. And having the kindred spirit card here, you two might be part of the same star family. And that is the reason why you can communicate so well with each other. And I'm noticing how we have 3 figures here, and then we do have this triangle here, 3 points connecting. So maybe this soulmate will help you encounter another member of your star family, and you 3 might make a unit, like a group of friends, or you might discover more about your origins once you 3 meet. We do have the number 3 over here. And it might even be the case where you 3 might create something together, because this triangle is reminding me of like creation, and we do have the energy of dynamic here. And what I'm getting with dynamic is that I was speaking about how you two are kindreds, meaning you're very similar to one another. But this dynamic card is giving me a different type of message, because according to the guidebook, the energy of dynamic denotes bringing together things that do not typically go together. And so this might be referring to your personalities. This might be referring to your taste in certain things. Like your taste in music might be vastly different from each other. Your taste in foods, your dislikes and likes are just completely different. You might always wear colorful clothes, and this person might always have like a black and gray wardrobe. And looking at you two at a surface level, you might think that you don't go together. Like, how would you be able to relate? But actually, it is your differences that bring you two together. It is your differences that intrigue one another and allow you to relate in some way. Or it may even be where your careers are very different from each other. So it might be the case where you're possibly interested in like math, logic, engineering, and this person is interested more in writing and poetry and philosophy. But you two are still able to hold a conversation. You are able to see how what you're interested in maybe relates to what this person is interested in. You are able to connect the dots. That's what I'm getting with this dynamic card. And I'm getting a fusion. So it's like you fuse your thoughts, you fuse your ideas, you fuse your worlds together and create something magical. You make it work is what I'm getting with this dynamic card. And I feel like that's what this connection is here to teach you, is how to connect the dots. It's how to see how there's a part of one in everything, how there's no true separation, how everything goes together and can work together no matter how different they may appear on the surface. Because I'm looking at the number 2. 2 reminds me of partnership. It reminds me of alchemy. And the number 3 is about creation and creativity. So there is that energy of bringing 2 worlds together to create like a third entity. This might even be representing like you two come together to create something new, like a project, an idea, which I'm going to be a bit hesitant in saying this because we haven't gone further into this reading, but for some of you, this might even be denoting creating life together. So like having a child together. But again, you know, I'm saying that with a little bit of hesitance because we still need to go further into this energy to get more information. But yeah, that might very well be the case. We do have the energy of healing here. So I do feel like this connection is very, very healing. Looking at this image, it's immediately reminding me of the heart chakra. So I feel like this connection will center mostly on the heart space, healing the heart space, activating the heart chakra. And remember, again, energy center is about our true self, our core essence. And actually, the heart chakra connects with the throat chakra. So when these energy centers are connected with each other, that is when we can communicate our truth. That's when we can express ourselves to the fullest. So I do feel like this connection comes in to heal anything that has been blocking you from expressing your true authentic self. So be it limited belief systems, be it traumas, be it emotional wounds, be it even your perception, your way of seeing the world, the way of seeing yourself. This connection comes in to transform, to change, to heal. Because we do have the number 9 here, and the number 9 is reminding me of tying loose ends. It's the energy of coming to an end. So I do feel like this connection comes in to kind of push the last bits of blockages that have been holding you back. It's like maybe you already have gone through a lot of healing, but there are some things that you're having difficulty letting go of, surrendering to, or healing, and you don't know how to go about it. And this person or this connection comes through to help you with that. Because sometimes, it helps to see from a different perspective. It helps when somebody who is not an insider in a way sees the situation to give us a different perspective. And I feel like that's what this person comes in to do. It's like, since you have been going over this, ruminating about it for so long, turning it over and over in your head, you can't see it any other way but how you have been seeing it for as long as you have been seeing it. And when this person comes in, they look at it and they're like, oh, well, there's your answer. There's the exit. And I'm saying it because, look, we have the labyrinth here. And what I'm getting is that either you or this person have been in this labyrinth for so long that you kind of have gotten used to it and gotten confused by it because you've been running around in it for so long. And then this person comes in with a fresh mind, a fresh start, and they look at it and they're like, oh, look, here's how we get out of this labyrinth over here. Here's the exit. And it's like, what? The answer was there all along, right in front of my face, and I couldn't see it. And it's only because you've been thinking about this for so long. And I'm even getting the energy of overcomplicating things for yourself. And it tends to happen, when we've been in that energy for so long. And we do have the 8th house, that's Scorpio energy. And Scorpio is all about transformations, endings, in order to allow new beginnings. So I do feel like this connection is very transformative. They are here to help create change. We do have... what do you call them? I don't think that's the correct term for it, but I'm just going to call it an entry gate. So I'm seeing this as a new beginning. They are leading you to the exit and then leading you towards a new beginning. At least this connection is. We do have the energy of inheritance here. And what I'm getting with inheritance is that whatever troubles you might also be troubling this person. And it's funny because they are in this labyrinth and they're kind of trying to figure out the same problem as you. But when they look outside of their problems to see into your problems, they are able to figure out how to solve that problem. And it's the same answer needed to get them out of this labyrinth and vice versa. So it's like you guys mirror each other in some way, but I feel like it's in terms to whatever has been blocking you, whatever you feel you can get over, surrender, let go of. This person is also having a similar issue with that. But when you meet, when you see each other, share each other's worries, insecurities, and problems, it's like you are able to figure it out for one another and then apply it to your own life and get yourself out of this messy situation or unblock whatever it is that has been blocking you. Heal. Now, Saturn and Scorpio can denote someone who's a bit of an overworker, someone who tends to take things too personally. We were speaking about that before, but I feel it's more in regards to achievements and dreams and goals. So you or this other person or both of you might be very passionate, and you don't stop until you accomplish, until you reach your goals. So I'm getting like marathon runners. You guys don't stop. You don't give up. Even if you're running out of breath, even if you're about to faint, you don't give up. You don't stop running until you get to the finish line. And then some is what I'm getting. So some of you might be a bit of like workaholics, or you put a lot on your plate. You take on too many responsibilities, sometimes responsibilities that are not even yours. And you guys might not notice this until you're extremely fatigued, until you're extremely overwhelmed and stressed out. But even then, you still persevere. So this might be a tendency that you both are trying to heal, like not overworking yourself, not putting too much on your plate, or putting too many expectations on yourself. Because like I said, you guys mirror each other in a way. And so seeing what you're working through in another person gives you more insight, or gives you more motivation to heal that within yourself. Because I feel like seeing it in this person might irk you so much that you just can't stand it, and that will kind of motivate you to heal it within yourself, because you're going to see, oh, it's that bad. That's how bad it seems, or that's how bad it looks. And that kind of gives you the instigation to change things, and vice versa. And like I said, you both help each other. You help each other. And because of your different perspectives, it's like the way that they see the solution to this problem maybe it didn't work for them, but it will work for you. And the way that you see a solution to the same problem that you have might have not worked for you, but it might work for them. The other thing I'm getting that you guys might be trying to work through or heal or change is how much resentment you guys harbor. We do have the heart space here. We have the color green here, which is reminding me of the heart space. So like I said, I do feel like there's a lot that you guys suppress, and a lot of them might be actual anger and resentment. Like, I feel your true nature is to be very blunt and direct, but you hide that true nature because maybe the people around you are people that you need to walk on eggshells to not trigger them. And so that does not allow you to be blunt, to be truthful. And when you are bothered, when you are angry about something, when someone has crossed your boundaries, you can't simply say it, or you feel like you can't simply say it. And so there's been a lot of suppressing of emotions, suppressing of thoughts. And with this connection, you guys just blurt all of that out, and you heal any resentments, you heal any anger that you have been holding on to, and you learn not to harbor grudges and not to be resentful, that it's better to be truthful and honest in the moment rather than bottling up and exploding later. Okay, so I just got Castle in the Sky. I know that's a movie. It's a Ghibli movie, right? Maybe that's of significance to some of you. Castle in the Sky. With inheritance, maybe you or this other person, they're quite well off. They're quite wealthy. Maybe that might come in handy for one of you. And maybe this person or you, because of your status, you might know a lot of people and they might help you network, or vice versa. And that might help in your career, in your own social status. They might hook you up with the right people to get the job you always wanted, to get sponsored, hired. Yeah, something like that. Okay, but now we're going to move into the other cards. Oh, and keep in mind 23 and 29. These numbers might be of significance, might be a birthday or birth date. So for example, February 3rd or March 2nd. Okay, but now we are going to see more about this person. And these cards over here will let us know more about their overall vibe, get a gist of their personality. And we have Spider, resourcefulness, and we have Snake, release. And this card over here will let us know more about how they're showing up in terms to their personality when you do encounter them. And we have Secrets, 8th house, Venus, and Scorpio. Okay? And And this card over here will let us know about what is happening in their life. What are they going through in terms of their journey or their life when you meet them. And this might help you get like a clearer perspective or insight on why they are showing up the way that they are showing up for you when you encounter them. And we have the Nine of Swords, number 41, roses. Okay, so one thing I noticed right off the bat is that we once again have the 8th house and Scorpio energy here. So this person might actually be a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or might have Scorpio predominant in their chart. Might even have Venus in Scorpio. So if you already met this person and they happen to be a Scorpio, this might serve as confirmation. But if not, that's okay. This is more denoting the energy over here that they are showing up in. Noticing that this is Scorpio energy, and we do have the snake here, which speaks about release. I do feel like this is someone who, like I mentioned at the beginning, embraces change. This is someone who is often transforming and looking to change. And with the Nine of Swords being here, I do feel like this is someone who often faces a lot of challenges or obstacles. But because they have already, by the point that you meet them, already gone through a lot of challenges, they have kind of become accustomed to this energy. And they no longer see challenges as obstacles, but they see them as opportunities to grow. So this is not a person who easily gets dissuaded by any fallout, is what I'm getting, but by any setbacks. Or if they do fall, they don't stay down for a long time, or they don't allow themselves to just sit back. They get back up on their feet. Now, with the Nine of Swords here, I do feel like when you meet them, they will be going through some difficult times. But it feels like it will be more like mentally, more in terms to their internal world. Because the Nine of Swords does speak about anxieties, insomnia, having nightmares, overthinking, worrying, stressing out. And so I do feel like this person, when you meet them, they are stressing out about something. They are overthinking or worrying about something in their life. We do have the energy of secrets here. So it might be that they feel, with the energy of the Ace of Swords that we got at the beginning, they might already have like this intuitive nudge or knowing that someone in their life is holding some important information from them. Someone in their life is not being honest or authentic, and they are overthinking about this. Maybe they have a difficult time being upfront about this with the person in question. They don't know how to have a conversation with this person. They don't know how to speak their mind and let them know what they're worrying about. And so their relationships might not be very stable by this point. But the other thing I'm getting, it might even be, this is more about their own insecurities. There's something that they are not feeling confident about when you meet them. Now, Venus and Scorpio denote someone who is highly creative. We were getting that energy before, and we do have the spider here, which, what was the energy of the spider? Resourcefulness, yeah. I feel like this person, like I mentioned already, is highly, highly, highly creative. With the spider, I feel like they're very detail-orientated, and they have a keen eye for things. Like, I think they are one who appreciates beauty. We have the rose here, who is very aesthetic. Like, they appreciate nice aesthetics. They are a person who feels good in a nice ambience and environment, and like a nice clean space and a beautiful space. They get inspiration from things that they find beautiful, be it visually, like aesthetically pleasing, or just inspires some sense of beauty in them. So like, if it resonates with them heart and soul, makes them feel like good feels, makes them feel beautiful, they really get inspiration from that. So they do need to be surrounded by beauty. With all these motifs or sigils here, like this person might really appreciate the arts. I do feel like they're deep thinkers. They might be quite poetic, very artistic is what I'm getting. That might be a pastime or a hobby of theirs where they paint, draw, maybe writing. I get that they like poetry or like philosophy. They like things that stimulate them mentally, that allows them to really think deeply about things. And that's why I feel like they tend to be overthinkers. They tend to overanalyze things. They like to do that. Like if they see a movie, they're not one to simply see a movie just to see it, just for the action of it. They try to find the Easter eggs, or they're trying to find the meaning of things, or read between the lines, or pick up on the metaphors. Like, this person likes things that really has them thinking. When I'm getting those escape houses, they might like to go to those type of places, like escape houses, trying to puzzle or figure things out. And I feel like this is someone also who really analyzes people. Like, the psyche or psychology might interest them. They want to know why people do certain things, like what's the reason behind it. This is a person who possibly asks for explanations. Like, if you do something, they'll ask you, why did you do it? Or how do you feel about that? This is not someone you can easily escape from with a superficial answer. With this secrets energy, it's funny, like, they don't like secrets. They don't like people who spill secrets either, but they are one who is quite secretive, meaning that it takes them a while to open up to somebody. So, as we mentioned before, they keep a lot to themselves, especially in regards to how they feel and in regards to what they're thinking. And I feel that the reason why they don't often share with others what they're thinking, it's because they're constantly thinking. Like, their mind is a million wheels spinning at once, and so it might be difficult for them to share their thoughts with others, especially if the person does not vibe with them, like, mentally. And I feel that's why it's different with you, because you communicate in the same way that they do. Like, your mind kind of works in the same way that their mind works. And so you are able to understand them and get them without them needing to explain themselves or over-explain themselves. And that's quite gratifying for them. I'm getting, like, this person appreciates beauty, but they also appreciate the minimal. Like, they don't like flashy things. They appreciate natural beauty is what I'm getting. Like, the organic, the pure, the raw. This person might also be very interested in the occult, the esoteric mysticism. They, like I said, they want to find the deeper meaning of life, the deeper meaning of things. So they will question. They are quite open-minded. And so they do try to seek for the deeper meaning of life, especially the meaning for their existence. So this person might tend to be a bit broody, or might look like quite the daydreamer, because they're often up in their heads. They're often thinking. They're often trying to find out answers to some things. This secrets energy might even be like trying to find out the secrets of life or the secrets of the universe. So if you're into that, you might have some very interesting conversations with this person. This is someone also with the snake and with Venus and Scorpio, someone who is very in tune with their sensuality and with their sexuality. They are someone who is not ashamed of their body. But I'm kind of getting this back and forth energy. It's like at times they're very confident about their appearance, but other times they're very insecure about it. I think it's when they start overthinking it, or maybe if you mention something about their appearance, they'll start overthinking about it and then start feeling a bit insecure about it. Or if they find someone to compare themselves to, like someone who they put on a pedestal, because this Venus and Scorpio energy can often denote someone who tends to put others on a pedestal, who tends to idealize others. And when they do that, that's when they start seeing themselves as below, start belittling themselves. And this might be in terms to appearance. I'm getting a lot of like in terms to appearance. This person might lack some confidence in regards to that. But when they are very in tune with their sensuality, with their sexuality, when they are feeling very comfortable in their skin, this person is extremely confident and they radiate. Like, they are quite magnetic. When they feel confident, they are very attractive. Like it's a lantern that all of a sudden lights up and moths just flock to it. So this person might attract a lot of eyes. They might attract a lot of people solely for their physical appearance, but I also feel it's their energy, like their aura is very charismatic. It's that like sensual appeal they give off. This person is quite passionate as well. We were kind of getting that at the beginning. So when this person falls in love or is infatuated with someone, they go all in. It's like they can't stop thinking about that person. They start worrying about how the relationship is going to unfold or going to evolve. But with these secrets, I feel like it's very difficult at times to express their feelings. So I feel like this person has experienced a lot of one-sided loves. Not because it didn't work out, but possibly because they took a while to let the other person know that they were interested. Or it's like they might even push the other person away because of their insecurities, because of their worries of whether the person will reciprocate their feelings or not. But I do feel like this person is quite charming, very eccentric. Like whatever they wear, they look good in it. Quite stylish, but effortless in how they style themselves or in their style. And like their sacral chakra might be pretty active, so it's always good for them to have some creative outlets. So I do feel like they might have some creative hobbies, and they might spend a lot of time creative hobbies, or maybe their main work or their line of work has to do with some creative art, and they are really invested in that. And I feel it's because they have a lot of like sacral chakra energy is what I'm getting, like a lot of creative energy. And our sacral chakra also connects with our sensuality and sexuality. So this person needs to exert that energy in some productive way, or else it could turn into frustration, irritability, anger. Because the other thing I'm getting with these cards is that this person can harbor grudges, as we mentioned before. So if this person feels you've done them wrong, it's very difficult to get on their good side again. Yeah, so it's best to not keep secrets from this person. Because it's not that this person will ever keep secrets from you. Their secrets have to do more about their feelings, like their emotions. It's not about something that they did behind your back. Because I feel like this person really honors loyalty and respect. So yeah, and I feel like they might even actively practice like spirituality. I'm getting like meditation. They might even want to or are working on opening up one or some of their chakras, because I'm getting like kundalini energy here with the snake. But with this Nine of Swords, I feel like when you encounter them, this person might be dealing with anxiety, maybe even with depression. But I don't feel like they share this with others. I don't feel like people know what they're going through. Because like I said, this person doesn't often share their troubles, their worries, their difficulties with other people. So it's like the rose, you know, when you look at it at first glance, you only see the beauty, but you forget about the thorns. And I'm seeing the thorns as their pain. Like people often see them and they think that, you know, they have it all figured out, all put together, that this person possibly has nothing to worry about. They have everything they need in their life. So what could they suffer about? But underneath all of that, there is some pain, there is some insecurities, and having this Sphinx on this pedestal over here, I even feel like people might put them on a pedestal. People might idolize them, and that's why people are not able to see them for them. They rather project their own ideas onto this person. So I feel like for them, this connection is very freeing, because you might see beyond all this ideology over here. And that gives them space to be honest about their feelings and honest about what they're going through. And that is very healing for them, because now they can acknowledge this pain and heal it. We do have the number 4 here, which for me is a very healing number. It also denotes protection. And we do have the number 1 here, which denotes new beginnings, and assertiveness is what I'm getting. So I definitely see a new beginning in terms to healing this Nine of Swords energy. Like possibly when you encounter them, they are starting to address this, or through your encounter, they will be inspired to address this energy over here and to start healing it. Okay? But now we are going to move into the last segment of this reading, which will be about how this connection will unfold. So the first two cards will let us know about the when and how. And in regards to the when, I'm not going to give you guys a time frame because time is deceptive, you know? It's susceptible to change. It can move fast or slow depending on the situation, depending on your own actions, your mentality. So in regards to time, it's never certain. So instead of giving you guys a time frame, I am going to look at where you will be in regards to your life. Like what will you be experiencing, how you will be feeling, what you will be going through when you encounter this soulmate, okay? And we have the 10 of coins. And the keywords are inheritance, financial security, and family. Wow, we have the energy of inheritance once more. Interesting. And then this card here will let us know about how. How will you encounter this soulmate? And we have justice, and the keywords are cause and effect, truth, and get what is deserved. Okay? And we will look at these cards in a bit. So when you encounter this soulmate, I feel you guys will be in a very good place financially. You will be feeling very stable. So I do feel like you're going to have like good, stable financial income. I mean, money is raining in this card, so you guys will be balling. Like, you'll have enough money to throw around is what I'm getting with this 10 of coins. So money won't be an issue here. And with the inheritance energy coming up for you guys twice, it might very well be the case where some of you might be receiving some unexpected money when you meet this soulmate. So it might be through inheritance, shared value, or shared property is what I'm getting. I'm not sure what that means. You might even hit the jackpot in regards to something where you maybe invested money in some stocks or some idea like way back, and then finally you're reaping the rewards of it. This might even be like investing in a business and you're finally seeing, you know, revenue in regards to that. It's like by this point you are being blessed. You are feeling quite abundant. The 10 of coins often denotes marrying into money. So for some of you, it might very well be the case where by the time you meet this soulmate, you might have already married somebody, maybe your true romantic soulmate, and you might have acquired some, you know, like shared values, because it might be that your partner is very well off financially. And so not only your relationship status changes, but also your financial, social status. And this new soulmate you will be encountering is possibly a platonic soulmate, or it might even be like a business partnership. But yeah, I am seeing wealth here for you guys. So you will be feeling pretty good. So whenever you feel like you're no longer worrying about your finances, you're feeling quite independent, you're feeling quite stable in your life, like you kind of have it all figured out, that's when I feel like this soulmate is going to come in. And because I feel like this soulmate you will be encountering is also pretty well off, it might be that once you reach this peak of success or of wealth, you might enter into the same type of social circle. Like you have, what was the, like related events? Like for example, maybe now you have the money to go to a very expensive restaurant, and this expensive restaurant is one that this person often visits. Or now you have the money to participate in certain clubs or meetings, and it's clubs and meetings that this person goes to, or just you're part of the same circle now is what I'm getting. Maybe that's even how you meet them, because we do have the Justice card here, and Justice is Libra energy. It's about the scales, and scales are about balance and equality. It's like being on the same level. So when you meet, you both might be at the peak of your success is what I'm getting, but I'm getting a lot of like inner circle or like group of friends because we were getting that energy of 3 at the beginning. So it might very well be the case where you meet this soulmate through somebody else, through a third party. I'm getting like kind of like climbing the social ladder. And as you climb the social ladder, you got to meet new people who are connected with this soulmate. So who are friends of the soulmate, or who are friends of this soulmate. And it is these people in the middle who bring you two together. I hope that makes sense. Because this Justice card is making me think like you both, like the scales have now evened out after some time. And that was the goal, to have the scales even out so you can connect, so you can meet. So some of you might meet at an event. I'm getting an energy of a rally here. Maybe it's even the case where because of this wealth here, you decide to become like a philanthropist. You decide to donate to a cause, and it's the same cause this person also supports or donates to. And then that's how you two meet. That's what I'm getting with this Justice card. It's like you're supporting the same cause, and that's how you two meet. Because like I said, you guys, even though you might look different on the surface, you think very much alike. So I feel like your core values are very similar. So whatever you deem important, this person also deems important. So something you feel important enough to invest in, this person will also have an eye on that. And maybe that's how you two meet. Now the Justice card is also about honesty and truth. Maybe this person, this soulmate, speaks up about something publicly. Maybe it is the case that they are trying to better their mental well-being, and they speak up about mental wellness or mental illness, and you support their cause, and that's how you meet. It might even be vice versa. I just feel it has to do with something bigger, like a bigger cause. And I do feel like it's put out there, like in the public eye, because you get to hear about it. It might be you get to hear about it in the news, social media, or it might be that you get to hear about it through friends, through networking, as we were mentioning before. And then you're interested in whatever this person has to say, whatever this person is supporting. And that's when you ask somebody to help you connect with them. And then that's how you meet. So like I said, it might be through a third party, it might be through networking, friends, it might even be at an actual event that you both attend. But I do feel like one of you will be investing in the other in some way, or both of you will be investing in the same thing, like financially, maybe even just energy and time-wise. Like you might end up volunteering at the same place. And just the fact that you both are interested in volunteering and supporting this gets you both talking, and then that's how you are able to realize that, hey, you communicate very well with each other, that your interests, though different on the surface, at the core they're pretty similar, or your qualities plus their qualities, if you combine them, you can create something beautiful together. Just something like that. For some of you, because this is the 7th house, which has to do with marriage, and the 10 of coins can often talk about marriage, it might be the case where you meet this person at a wedding, or what's it called when you just sign the papers, that like it's not the party but you just sign the papers. I forgot what that's called. Maybe you are asked to be like the witness of the marriage. Maybe you are the friend of the groom and they are the friend of the bride, and that's how you meet. If this is more of a platonic soulmate, maybe they are invited to your wedding because a friend of a friend knows them, and that's how you meet. And then you start talking and you realize that maybe you support the same cause or something like that. Yeah, so those are all different scenarios, but I do feel like at the end, something in regards to charity, volunteering, helping out, supporting a group, supporting a cause has to do with this encounter. So your interest, I feel your interests, what you're concerned about, also has to do with this encounter. It might even be like your career, maybe your career, your line of work. If it is your career line of work, I feel it's the networking that will help you encounter this person, connect with them. Okay, but I don't want to keep repeating myself, so because I can be a bit redundant. But now let's look at how this relationship is going to unfold. So you can look at it as different stages, like stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 of the connection, or you can look at it as your first meeting, when you finally establish like a relationship with this person, and then like the future of this connection. Okay, so however you guys want to see it as. And we have first the Page of Wands, and then we have the 9 of Swords again. Interesting. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So actually, one of the meanings of the Page of Wands is word of mouth. Like you find out about something or someone through word of mouth, which is very much the energy I was getting here with networking. So I do feel like this person finds out about you through word of mouth, or you find out about this person through word of mouth. And that's how you meet for the first time. And when you do meet, I feel like the communication between you is instant, because the Page of Wands is like energy of initiative. So I get kind of this feeling that one of you will already know of the other person, like know who they are. It's just that you haven't interacted with them. And so when you finally meet them, it's like your intention is to speak with them, or it could be vice versa. So the communication will be very quick, very swift. And like I said, because you vibe pretty well, like you communicate very well with each other, I feel like the conversation you guys will have will be very flowing. Like it will be very stimulating, and that will kind of hype you guys both up to get to know this person more, or to work with them, or to meet them a second time. And I feel like either you or this person will be very excited in this first meeting, especially if you're the one who knew of the other person. Because like I said, the intention was to meet them, get to know them, pick at their brains a little bit. And so the excitement of finally getting to communicate with them is real. It's there. It's palpable. The other person can feel it. And I feel like there is a very giddy energy with this Page of Wands. We do have I think it's a kangaroo, like a very jumpy energy. So one of you will be very energetic. It might be both of you. And the Page of Wands can often also denote a very childlike essence or energy. So the energy that will be exuding from the first meeting will be a very optimistic one, a very energetic one, a very bubbly one. And that might be a little different because maybe you're not the type of person to be super bubbly, super energetic, super conversationalist, or this person might not be that type of person. And so this is new, and the people who know you guys and will see you, they might find this a bit strange or peculiar. They might even pick at you, make fun of you for it, because it's like a new side of you has come to the surface. The Page of Wands can also speak about a charismatic energy, so I do feel like you will be very attracted to each other. You will find each other very charismatic. Very interesting is the word I'm getting with the Page of Wands. And one or both of you might get the impulse to rush into this connection. I feel you will become very open from the get-go. There might even be a little lack of boundaries, but I see it more in terms to maybe there might be a bit of oversharing with this Page of Wands, where you're not really watching what you're saying because the communication flows so well between you both, and you're both being so honest that you're just blurting everything out on the first meeting. Because then we do have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords can represent a very overthinking energy, as we mentioned before. So if it is the case that whenever you feel excited or you feel comfortable, you tend to overshare, then it might be the case that afterwards, when you start settling down, feeling more calm, you might think back and remember how much you spoke, and you might think, oh shit, and start worrying about that. Was I supposed to say that? Did I say too much? Because that's the energy I'm getting with the Nine of Swords. It's like staying up at night and kind of ruminating, going back to the conversation and overanalyzing everything you said or didn't say, or how you acted, or possibly overthinking about what the other person did say in the conversation, how they responded to you, and there's that worrisome energy. But the Nine of Swords can sometimes denote what you're worrying about is not something really that you need to be worrying about. It's like more in your head. You're creating worries out of nothing is the energy I'm getting with the Nine of Swords. So this might be you, or this might be the other person, or both of you, where you're very excited in the moment, but then afterwards, at night when you're by yourselves in your room, you start overthinking about how much excited you were, and you start thinking, did I look ridiculous? Like, was I too giddy? Did I look too childish? And you're worrying about unnecessary things, because it's like you're more worried about how you looked and judging yourself rather than judging the other person. So that's like a very reciprocal energy here. Like, you're not judging each other, you're just judging yourselves. And so there's nothing to worry about, because you didn't see each other in a negative light. You're only seeing yourselves in a negative light, making yourself think that the other person saw you in a negative light, but that's not the case. So because of this energy, then we have the Page of Cups here. Now, the Page of Cups, when it's upright, it denotes an emotional offer. Sometimes it can denote like a romantic offer or romantic proposal. For those of you who are not interested in a romantic relationship with this next soulmate here, this can simply be an offer to maybe become friends, to start a friendship. But with it being in reverse, I do feel there's a bit of hesitancy to let the other person know, to kind of instigate conversation is what I'm getting. Is instigate the correct word? Like, start a conversation, or maybe propose a relationship with this person, be it a friendship or a romantic one. Like, I feel it's gonna take a while for you guys to express your feelings about each other to one another. It's like you are able to be honest about each other in regards to everything else in your life, but it's when it comes to the feelings you feel for the other person, that's where you kind of pull back a little bit. And it's because you're worried about how the other person views you. And it might be because, since we do have this Justice energy here, like, you put each other on a pedestal. But remember, we have the Justice energy card here, so this is denoting that you guys are on the same level. Like, no one is better or lesser than the other. So like, all these concerns are just made up concerns. They're not actuality. They have nothing to do with the reality of the situation. I feel like this Page of Cups is pretty immediate after this Nine of Swords. So I feel like after your first encounter, there might be a bit of like a time of separation, because you guys will be so caught up in worrying whether this person liked you or not, whether you made a good first impression or not, that you won't even think about reaching out to this person. And that's what I'm getting with the Page of Cups in reverse. So it's not saying that you don't have feelings for the person, or you didn't like the person, or you don't want to see them again. I do feel like you both do, but you're just both being hesitant about reaching out because of your concerns, insecurities, and worries. So I feel with this Page of Cups in reverse, one of you has to get the courage to, reach to the other person out first. Because remember, at the beginning we were saying that the thing that you both mirror each other so well in is in regards to your doubts, your insecurities, and your fears. So if you are fearful about reaching out first, this person might be fearful about reaching out first as well. And so one of you has to get the courage, because it might be a while of this type of stagnancy where you're both not reaching out. So it very much depends. So if you see that this person is not reaching out, with this Page of Cups in reverse, we do recommend reaching out to that person, because that will give them such a sense of relief, because they were probably waiting for that communication. They were probably stressing out about it, and you not reaching out possibly had them thinking that you didn't like them, and that was really worrying them, putting them down. Because I'm noticing how we have the cat here and the fish, and I know that cats tend to play with their food, so I'm getting this kind of push and pull type of energy with the Page of Cups being in reverse. But it's more like, should I not, should I reach out to them, should I not? It's like they type out the message, but then they delete it. They pick up their phone, but then they put it down. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting with this Page of Cups. And it might even be like, if you do interact again, this person might want to get to know you more, like be more comfortable with you, like treat you more like a friend, or get closer with you, but again, there's that hesitancy. It's like they won't make a move until you make a move, or you will make a move until this person makes a move. And it's like this weird dance. So one of you needs to make the move in order to get this dance, this party rolling. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute, this energy. It's sweet. It's pure. But we really hope that you guys would start feeling a bit more confident about yourselves, especially in terms to this connection, because you both are equals. You're equals and you're both amazing people. And so Spirit is like, there's nothing to be insecure about. Really, there's nothing to be insecure about. You guys are amazing. You are perfect. Perfect just the way that you are. Yes, so that's all the messages I'm getting here with these cards. So now I am going to... Oh, by the way, since we do have the Justice card here, that's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy. So this person might be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or like we mentioned before, Scorpio. And we did have the Ace of Swords here, which also denotes air energy. So an air sign or a water sign. But now I'm going to pull out any last messages that Spirit may have for you in regards to this connection, or any messages that the higher self of the soulmate may have for you. Okay, and we have, meditate your way to tuning into the frequency of your highest good. Control the way you feel and reconnect with your source energy. So I feel like Spirit is letting you know, whenever you start worrying about this connection, worrying about how you appear to this person, or you're worrying what this person thinks about you, reconnect with self. Take a deep breath, inhale slowly, and then slowly exhale, and you will know that all is well. Don't let these anxious feelings get the best of you, because at the core you know that all is well. Okay, any other message? Oh, these are homemade cards that contain quotes from the animated series Adventure Time, and we have, I don't think there are bad people. I think good people do bad stuff sometimes, and that's bad. But if you just do it once, that's a mistake, and that's not bad, I think. And I feel like this is referring to, so if you feel like you did something stupid in your first meeting, like something quirky, something dorky, like maybe you spilled something, or you tripped, or you snorted when you laughed, and you're worried about that, you think it's a mistake, you think you did something unfixable that now has you looking bad in the eyes of this other person, Spirit is telling you, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This was just a stumble, and possibly this person even thought it was cute. Or this person isn't even worrying about that. They're probably worrying about how they appear to you. But this is also talking about that if in this connection you ever feel like you made a mistake in some way, this is letting you know that learn from your perceived mistakes and grow. And this person will grow with you as well. In this connection, what is appreciated is effort. Keeping promises and showing that you are willing to change and learn from perceived mistakes. Okay? So those are all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. Let me know how it did resonate. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the golden azestolite along with these flowers that I painted a while back. I don't know what flowers they are. I made them up. Yes, welcome to your reading where we are going to find out about your next soulmate encounter. Now, I feel this is worth repeating, so I am going to say it once more, even if you probably heard it in several other readings, but soulmates can be romantic, but they don't have to be. They can also be platonic. And remember that we have more than one soulmate. So if you feel like you already met one, or are married to one, or are in a committed relationship with the soulmate, then Possibly this reading is not going to be about them, but about another soulmate that is going to come into your life who will be a platonic one. Now, when I was shuffling the cards, my intention was to get messages in regards to a new or most recent soulmate encounter. So, if it happens to be the case where you have recently met someone and you're wondering whether this is a soulmate connection or you already know it is a soulmate connection and you want to know more about it, then these messages can apply to you. Yet this reading is directed towards new energy. So for those of you who haven't met this person yet, or for those of you who know of them but haven't really interacted with them, or this reading is for you guys, okay? Okay, so with that having been said, now I would like to give you a quick rundown of how this reading is going to unfold. So as always, I will begin the reading with an intuitive message, and then we're going to dive right into the first group of cards, which will let us know more about the connection itself. What is the overall vibe or energy of the connection, as well as what is the purpose of this connection. And then we're going to move into the second group of cards, which will let us know more about this soulmate who you will be encountering, their personality, their overall vibe, as well as what they are going through in their life when you meet them. And finally, the last group of cards will let us know more about when you will encounter this soulmate, how you will encounter them, and the unfoldment of the connection itself. And to wrap up the reading, we are simply going to receive any last messages, advice, or guidance that Spirit has for you in regards to this connection. Or we might even receive some messages from the higher self of the soulmate you will be encountering. Okay, but now let's get into your reading. So, as I connected with the energy of this group, the messages that came to mind were, let's bring the heat, as well as we are lit. So, those are some pretty interesting messages to receive. Oh, and actually the word that came through for you guys was levitating. And I believe that's actually the title of a song sung by Dua Lipa, I believe. If you've been hearing that song a lot lately, then that might be a confirmation that this is your group, or there might be a message for you there from the higher self of this soulmate that is coming through. Because looking at this image, I'm getting the message, you two are like two peas in a pod. I feel like you guys have the same sense of humor. And please, I don't mean any offense, but I do find your energy, or the energy of this connection, very, very quirky. Like you two are a pair of goofballs. And you will have a lot of fun with this person. There's not a care in the world when you are around them. You really let your hair loose when you're with them. And maybe for those of you who are looking for a romantic soulmate, the messages mentioned at the beginning might be referring to something more physically intimate. I mean, if that applies. Because actually the golden azistulite, I forget how to pronounce this one, assists or facilitates with inner states of euphoria, bliss, joy, and ecstatic rapture. So, yeah, take that as you may. But I feel like with this person, you're gonna find a best friend, first and foremost. Okay, but now we are going to move into the cards, and I'm going to place this over here. Flowers might be pretty significant for you guys. Maybe you like a very specific type of flower, and this person likes that flower as well, and that might be a way that you know that this is your soulmate, or this is the person we are speaking about in this reading. Maybe there's an inside joke about flowers or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that message only applies to a few of you. Anyways, now let's get into the first group of cards, which will let us know more about this connection. And these cards here will let us know about the overall vibe or the overall energy of this connection. And we have the Three of Wands. And to clarify, we have vulnerability. So the first thing that is calling out to me is actually the number 3. And usually I associate the number 3 with creation and creativity, as well as the connection between the mind, body, and soul or spirit. But what I'm getting from the number 3 in this specific spread is an energy of fun and joy. It's kind of reminding me of the 3 of Cups in the tarot deck, which is about gathering with like-minded people, gathering with friends, celebrating, having fun. So I feel that the state of this connection is one of joy and fun and play. Now, the 3 of Wands is reminding me of expansion. It denotes expanding your horizons, being open-minded, seeing into the future, planning for the future, as well as an energy of moving forward. So I do feel that this connection is actually about allowing you to be childlike, is the energy I'm getting, especially because we have the vulnerability card here. And the vulnerability card is reminding me about being open-hearted, allowing yourself to express your emotions and your feelings without inhibition. It's giving me a lot of that childlike vibe and essence. Very freeing in terms of self-expression. Like, you don't have to put your guard up when you're with this person. You're not even worrying about putting up your guards or worrying about being on the defensive. You're not even worrying about how you appear to the person, how you look, your mannerisms. Like, you forget about all of that. You're just allowing yourself to be. It's like I'm getting, like, if you want to laugh, you're laughing out loud. Like, even if you snort, even if you start giggling, like, the noises that you make, like, that doesn't matter. It doesn't faze you because you feel so at home with this person. Like, you don't feel judged by this person at all. You can be your quirky self. You can be you. And it might be strange, but like, if you have insecurities, you laugh about these insecurities with this person. And it's not in a self-deprecating way. It's more like you take the heaviness out of the insecurities. You remove kind of the fears from the doubts by poking fun at it. It's like by bringing laughter into it, you bring light into the darkness. Like, there's this overall energy of lightheartedness in this connection. And I'm not saying that this connection lacks seriousness or maturity, because I don't feel that's the case, because the 3 of Wands does speak about planning for the future. So I do feel that in this connection, there's a lot of aspiring for more and planning with this person, what you want to do in the future, who you want to be, how you want your life to look further on in the future. There's also this energy of openness where you're not afraid to share with this person your true dreams, like your true desires. No matter how ambitious you may think they are, like, even if they may sound fantastical to other people, very like unrealistic, with this person you don't care. Like, you're visualizing with them your dream life, and this person like feeds into that. So let's say if you want to be a rock star, right? You want to be a rock star or a pop singer, possibly. Like, when you share that dream with others, they probably shut you down right off the bat. They tell you how unrealistic it is, or maybe they think you're joking around. Like, they don't take you seriously. But when you share this dream with this person, they hype you up. They immediately tell you to sing or encourage you to rehearse. They start visualizing with you and filling in the little details for you. And that kind of motivates you and gives you hope that, yes, you know what? This isn't too far-fetched. Why not? Why can't my dreams become a reality? Nothing is impossible. And that's how you guys kind of like expand your horizons. And you give each other space to be true and honest and completely vulnerable, which I feel is very, very healing, especially if you feel like you can't be honest with other people, or if you have experienced moments in which you have opened up to others but they shut you down by ridiculing you or disregarding your feelings or invalidating you in some way. I also feel like this person, because of non-judgmental they are with you, they allow you to come out of your comfort zone. Because like I said, like when you're with them, when you laugh, you're not caring about how you look, you're not caring about how you sound, you're just doing a full belly laugh, like running out of air type of laugh. And so if you tend to be a shy person because you're constantly worrying about how you're appearing, how you look, how you're acting, with this person, that completely flies right out the window. And so you become loud and rambunctious, and you really show off your quirky side, which I find with this energy so extremely adorable and so fun. Like, you guys are like the life of the party, even if the party just includes both of you. Like, all you need is each other, and wherever you go, you have fun. You make fun happen. And so I was mentioning inside jokes, and I definitely feel like you guys have a lot of inside jokes. Like, you make each other laugh very, very easily. Like, there's a lot of laughter here. There's a lot of play. But even through all of that lightheartedness, like I said, when it gets down to it, I feel like in this connection, there's also moments where there is that tone of seriousness. So for example, if you're going through something emotionally, this person will listen to you. Like, this person will hear you out and let you simply pour out. Because with the Three of Wands, what I'm getting is someone who gives you space to open up. Because look, even the wands are formed in a way that's reminding me of protection, like a safe and sacred space. So this is a person who will listen to you. Like, they will let you rant. And they won't give you advice unless you ask for it, which I feel can be so liberating, because oftentimes when we want to open up to someone, they give us their unwanted advice, their 2 cents. And sometimes we don't need advice. All we need is to be heard. And they're very mindful of you in that way. Even if they seem like they're messing around most of the time, they do pay attention to you. They kind of know what are your pet peeves, what pushes your buttons, what excites you, and they keep all that in mind. I'm getting like an aloof, like even though this person might seem aloof, they're really paying attention. It might also be like for you, where they might think that you are not really serious or paying attention to them, but you remember every single little thing about them or about your connection. The Three of Wands can often denote distance, like long distance relationship. So for some of you, it might be the case that this is a long distance relationship. You might meet online through social media, and that's how you connect first. Or this person might be visiting where you're currently residing, and that's how you meet, but then they have to like move back home or back to where they originally reside, or it could be vice versa. So I do feel there might be some physical distance between you both for some time, because I'm getting this sense of sadness here. As you can see, like there's ships, but I feel like they're leaving. And so I feel like you are this giraffe, you or this person are this giraffe, and the other of you is on one of these ships, and it's like, my best buddy is leaving. Like, who am I going to make farty jokes with now? And there is this bit of like a sad energy here because of that distance or that physical separation. And with the number 3 and vulnerability, I feel like this connection really inspires creativity. And it might be like in the creative arts, but I feel like creativity in regards to allowing the use of the imagination. And I feel like that can apply to the delivery of your jokes, how you communicate, like being witty. Because actually, one of the words that came through when connecting with this energy was storytelling. So maybe one of you aspires to be a writer, or you're just really good at telling stories or reciting stories to one another. And you find each other so interesting, like you can capture each other's interest really quickly. You find each other very amusing, and your story is very amusing. So, for example, if like you aspire to be a writer, this person will listen to your stories, and again, they will like compliment you and really motivate you to become a writer or to share your stories. Because what I'm also getting with this Three of Wands is that this person can also be very honest. So they're not going to just compliment you for the sake of complimenting you. Like if they see that there is room for improvement in something, they will let you know. That's why I get a lot of like best friend vibes here, because it's like true best friends can be honest with each other. And so that's why I feel like you can trust each other. Like, you know that this person isn't going to sugarcoat things for you. You know that this person is going to have your back. And you can trust this person in that way. Like, you know that this person is not going to patronize you. Like, this connection isn't patronizing, isn't fake. It's very, very genuine. With this vulnerability card, I got a lot of like heart-to-heart conversations, having heart-to-heart conversations with this person. There's a lot of late night talking with this person. And there's a lot of those type of honest jokes. So for example, if you guys live at a distance from each other and you have like different time zones, this person might often joke that you're making them sleep deprived for all the messages you send to them at like 5 a.m. in the morning because it's like 6 in the afternoon for you guys. Like, they can be direct in that way, but joking around. Like, you can be honest with each other, but knowing that you don't mean offense to one another. What I'm getting is, like, if you ever have disagreements or an argument, like, I don't think you can last very long being, like, mad at each other. You easily make up. Because either one of you is going to say something funny or is just going to act pretty charming or cute, and the other one's just gonna fall for it immediately. Yeah, there's like a lot of lightheartedness here in this connection. You two might also love animals a lot, and you might bond over that. There's a lot of like cute energy in this group. You might not be afraid to be cute with one another, like make funny faces and just cute stuff. Even though you might find that ridiculous at times, like you guys don't mind being ridiculous with each other. And that in itself is very liberating. Yeah, so I'm getting like best friend, best buddy type of vibe here. I'm not saying that this has to be solely a platonic relationship, but I feel like first and foremost, this connection is based on friendship. It can evolve into a romantic relationship, but yes, this relationship here is built on the foundation of true friendship. But okay, now I'm going to move into the other cards, which will let us know more about what is the purpose of this connection. Ooh, and we have soul time number 40. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Okay, and then we have Saturn in Scorpio, the 8th house inheritance. This card came out for group 1 actually. Oh my god. Do you know how many cards are on this deck? In this deck, I mean. Look, there's like a bunch of cards and the same card fell out for you guys. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, oh yeah, when this card fell out, I kept thinking of the word soul origin, and we do have soul time here, so that's pretty interesting. So with soul time, it's reminding me of like soulmates, and with the word soul origin coming through several times when shuffling this deck, I do feel that's another confirmation from Spirit that yes, this person here is part of your soul family, is a soulmate, which we already knew because this reading is about soulmates, but okay. But with soul time, I'm thinking about fun time. It's like your soul is able to have a fun time with this other soul. It's like your souls are able to emerge when you are together. And I feel like that's pretty much the purpose of this connection. It's to allow your souls to come to the surface, to be expressed in this 3D world. And with this message, while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. I feel like your soul and this person's soul have known each other for many, many, many lives. And that is why you're able to get along so well with one another. This is more than familiarity. Like, you guys just fall into each other like two pieces of a puzzle. Like, you connect so well. It's like meeting a friend after a very long time and you pick up right where you left off. It's like if you never were even separated in the first place. Like they've been here with you in this lifetime since the beginning, since the moment you were born. Like you knew them all your life. That's how well you two bond. So I feel like how strongly you will feel about this person and about this connection. If you're barely new to spirituality, this might incite you to learn more about spirituality or about spiritual concepts. You might start delving more into what soulmates are, how they are formed. If this person doesn't know much about like metaphysics or spirituality, this connection will intrigue that interest for it. Especially if you already like know about it or are interested in it and you share this with them, they are not a person who is going to like make fun of you. Maybe they will, like they will joke around about it, but they will ask you more about it. Like they will be intrigued and you will notice how intrigued they are. You will learn more about spiritual concepts together. Like you will open up your minds about this. You might even discover some of your psychic abilities together, or you might try to see if there is some psychic connection between you both and try to explore that. I feel like there's a lot of exploration here with the Three of Wands and with this soul time, but in regards to like spiritual concepts and about the universe and about like the Matrix or like esoteric and magic and all that stuff. And I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing an infinity symbol. An infinity symbol reminds me about infinite potential. And that's the vibe I'm also getting from this Three of Wands. Like when you are with each other, you feel that energy of infinite potential. Feel you have infinite potential. And I feel like that's what this connection is meant to bring, is to allow you to recognize that if you set your mind on something, you can accomplish it. And that you don't have to create walls around you or create glass ceilings or anything of the sort. You can jump over the fence. You can look further, reach further. That is okay. I also feel with this soul time, you will get to learn more about the illusion of separation and the illusion of time. And I feel it will be very relevant for this connection because I am getting this energy of physical distance. So if that applies, if that is the case where this person lives far away from you or at a distance from you, or there is a time where you are in physical separation from each other, I feel that that's when your connection is going to strengthen the most. And you might experience some type of like psychic link between you both when this happens. And that's going to make you believe more that distance is actually an illusion, that you can still feel someone's presence, someone's energy, even if you are at a physical distance from them. You two might meet in the astral realm. You two might often meet each other in the dream space. You might even discover that you share the same dreams, because this purpley hue here is reminding me of like a spiritual connection. So I do feel like you guys also have a very strong psychic link. Like, you know, when this person is going through a difficult time, they can pick up on your energy. And I feel like the way you experience this psychic link, it's pretty unique. It's not going to be your standard, oh, you can hear this person's thoughts or you can feel what they feel. Like, I feel the way that you experience your connection is going to be very unique. Like, for example, you might literally taste what this other person is eating at that moment, even if at a distance from each other. Even if you don't know that that person is eating like French fries, you might suddenly taste French fries in your mouth. Or like, I'm even getting like bodily reactions. Like, all of a sudden you might feel cold and it's like really hot where you are at, but it's because this person is feeling really cold. Or you might start crying all of a sudden and it's because this person is possibly crying. Or you might feel like laughing all of a sudden and it's because this person is really, really happy, or vice versa. And because we did get a song at the beginning, you might also communicate with each other through songs. So let's say if you're listening to a song and it makes you think of that person, like this person might be listening to that song at that exact moment, and they might be thinking of you. And I just felt tingling at the top of my head, my crown chakra. So I do feel like your crown chakras are like very active. Oh, actually, I always forget. I am meant to pull out a mini chakra card to see where this connection is the strongest. And yeah, you see? Crown chakra. I wasn't BSing you guys. I feel like this connection stems from the crown chakra. Like that is where your connection is the strongest. Like where the link between you both is the strongest. And so I feel like you guys are always receiving information from each other. So if you're thinking about this person all of a sudden starts thinking about you. If you want to hear from this person's going to get an impulse to reach out to you, to text you, to call you, to FaceTime you, whatever it may be. Or for example, let's say you're on YouTube and all of a sudden this video got recommended to you and you feel this urge to watch it. It's possibly because this other person has already watched that same video and they were thinking about you when they watched it and they were thinking about sharing it with you. But your soul picked up on it first and got ahead of them. And so it's like your higher selves are constantly communicating with each other. And sometimes you share information, your higher selves share information with each other that your 3D selves would like to share with one another, but your higher selves beat your 3D selves to it. And all these like bizarre quote-unquote coincidences are simply going to have you both strengthening your belief in soul connections, in the possibility of like telepathic communication and like higher selves and past lives and all these spiritual concepts. With the number 4 here, the number 4 reminds me of protection and safety. So I feel like you feel very safe, extremely safe with this person. This person feels safe with you. With the number 0 here, it's reminding me of like a safe, sacred space again. Like being in your own little bubble when you are with this person. We do have the 8th house here. The 8th house is all about transformation. It's all about death and rebirth and change. And I'm noticing the number 8 reminds me of the infinity symbol. So again, that energy of infinite potential. But looking at this labyrinth here, I did mention this labyrinth for group 1 as well, but the labyrinth reminds me of like feeling trapped. It also reminds me of one life's journey, right? When we are living life, sometimes we can feel like we're in a labyrinth, like we can't see our way out of a certain situation. We feel like we're trapped sometimes. But getting this bird's eye view of the labyrinth, we can see that there are exits. There are entries and there are exits. So there's always a way out of challenges. There's always endings and beginnings. So I do feel like whenever challenges arise, this connection is here to kind of teach you to not take things so seriously all the time. With soul time here, I feel it's like trust your soul, trust your intuition that all will be well and that you are constantly being guided. And I feel like this connection is also to help you get through some difficult or tough times. Because when the world feels challenging to you, you can reach out to this person and chill back a bit. Like you find your safe haven with this person. Like I said, with this person, you can open up. So if you're going through something, you can share these troubles, these struggles, these worries with this person, and this person will hear you out, and vice versa. And I feel with this energy here as well, it's talking about taking things slow. Like this connection comes in here to remind you to take things slow and to take things one at a time. You don't always have to be in a rush. You don't always have to be in a hurry. You don't always have to be doing something in order to feel valid or in order to feel useful. Like you can chill back and have fun and be lighthearted and let your hair loose every once in a while. It's okay. And because I know that it's the Minotaur that is at the center of the labyrinth, right? The Minotaur is reminding me of an energy that is secluded, of an energy that feels unwanted, because it has been told that it's different. So if it is the case that you have often felt like the black sheep of your family, or like you felt like you didn't fit in, or you felt abnormal for some reason, this connection is here to help you feel included, is to give you that sense of belonging. That's also what I'm getting with this soul time card here. That's why I say that with this person, you can be a goofball, you can be your quirky self, you can be you, and it's okay. It's perfectly okay. You'll realize that you are lovable, that you can be loved for simply being you, and that there's nothing wrong with you. There has never been anything wrong with you. Because this person shows up similarly like you, and you find them amazing, and they are incredible. And so you realize, hey, they're not that different from me, so that means I'm pretty amazing too. Remember that message, we are lit. I don't even know what that means. But with this gate here, I'm noticing how there's no other walls around it. It's just this gate. So I feel like this is speaking about creating boundaries instead of walls. Like this connection is here to teach you or to tear down the walls that you have built around your heart, or any defenses you have created to keep people out or to protect yourselves, but have like along the road only caused you more pain and suffering because they have not allowed you to really express yourself. So like this person comes in to kind of tear down the walls and to show you like, hey, it's okay to put up a door or have like windows around. Like it's okay to choose who you let into your space, but don't seclude yourself. Show the world how amazing you are and show your amazingness to whoever you want to show it to. Like hand out VIP tickets. You are an exclusive show. That is a lame message. Okay, but I'm being reminded of the bridge to Terabithia with this card. You two only have entry into your own little world. Like you both created a little world of your own. And no one else is allowed but you two, or whoever you want to allow into your space. Same message as the other group. I feel like this connection is also here to teach you that holding any grudges or resentment is a waste of time and it's a waste of energy. Like it kills your groove is what I'm getting. The Emperor's New Groove might be something that you two bond over, but yeah. So this person seems pretty chill, or at least they come off that way. But they really don't see the need to hold any grudges or be resentful or vindictive. So with inheritance, like, I'm not really sure what that might mean. I'm not really getting anything from it. Maybe we will get more information in regards to it with the other cards, but I am going to move into the other cards. And these cards over here will let us know more about this person, their personality, and this card will let us know more about like their overall energy. So we have Pig, Prosperity. So cute. This card over here will let us know more about their 3D personality. So how they will be showing up when you encounter them. And we have Secrets, Venus and Scorpio, the 8th house. This card also came out for group 1 actually, in this same group. Okay, and then we have the 9 of Swords, number 41, Roses. This card also came out for group 1. For group 1 it was. So if you were called to group 1, I do recommend to watch it, because what are the odds that the same cards for the same group would fall out? I mean, seriously, look at how many cards are in this deck. Like, a lot. Okay. Anyways, this card over here is to let us know more about what this person is going through in their life when you encounter them. So first of all, with the pig being here, this person is extremely adorable. Like, that's the energy I'm getting from them. They are so adorable. They might have dimples. I'm getting dimples for some reason. Like, their smile is infectious. That might be one of the things that you love about them, is their smile. Just like seeing them smile brightens up your day is what I'm getting. I feel this person, with the 9 of Swords being here, it's very similar to the messages I gave for group 1, in that this person might have anxiety or might experience even like panic attacks. They might even have insomnia. I'm getting like general anxiety. This person knows how it is to be at your lowest. And because of this, because they have experienced really low points in their life, they really value the moments where there is joy and happiness. And this is a strong and brave soul. Because even though they have experienced a lot of pain and suffering, they don't wish that upon anybody. And they try their hardest to bring light into the world. Because they know how darkness can get sometimes. So this is a person that can sometimes, that oftentimes puts on a smile, even if in the inside they're hurting. And it's not because they're pretending, but it's because they themselves hope that at least they can brighten somebody else's day. And so for this person, even though they might have a lot of insecurities, they fight against those insecurities every day. Every day. So this person is a champion because they show up for themselves every day, even when it gets hard. Because with this secrets card, this denotes someone who doesn't easily share what they're going through. It doesn't mean that they are shady or anything like that. It simply means that they don't easily open up about what they're going through in their lives or in their internal world, especially in terms to their emotions. And because we do have the Nine of Swords here, swords, air energy, deals with the mental realm, whatever is going up in their minds, they don't share that with others or that easily with others. Like they don't confide their worries to other people. And it might be because they don't want to be a burden, but that's not what I'm getting. I feel like this person might have had a lot of experiences in which they did try to share their pain and struggles with others, but they were just brushed aside, or like nobody really understood them, and it just made them feel more alone than if they hadn't shared what they were going through. So I feel like this person has learned a lot about boundaries and the fact that, yes, it's important to be vulnerable, but you can choose who to be vulnerable with. Your room can have windows and doors, and you can choose who to open that door to, and you can choose who to close that door on. And the windows are there to help the light pour in. Because, like I said, even when times get difficult for this person, they have learned to hold on to hope. Because they know that there's bad days, but they also know that there's really, 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 really good days. And they hold on to those good days. And so I would say in another occasion that this is someone who knows how to see the beauty in the little things. But I think that for this person that might sound a little too cheesy. They would rather say that they have learned to go a little bit with the flow of things. To just take it chill. One day at a time, I feel it's kind of their motto. One day at a time. There's always tomorrow. For them, there's always a tomorrow. If today went to shits for them, there's always a tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be better. Because this roses have thorns. And so it's like, yeah, like some shit hurts, and that's how it is, but that doesn't mean you can't appreciate the beauty that there is out there. With the 4 and 1, 4 reminds me of foundation, and number 1 reminds me of beginnings. So I feel like this person has to create their foundations like every day. Like every day is a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. I can start all over today if I need to. It's okay. And it doesn't have to be like when the day's over, when the day begins. It could be throughout the day. Like I can start over right now if I want to. Start my day over right now in the middle of the afternoon. That's okay. I get to choose. I get to choose me. Even when some things might feel out of my control, I can still regain control over myself. I can still do that. So when you meet them, I feel like this person might be a little quiet. They might seem a little shy, but that's only because they're getting to know you. Like this person, like I said, doesn't open up easily unless they find you trustworthy. And I feel like this isn't going to last long. Because like I said, I think you guys hit it off pretty well almost immediately. But if they do seem a little like quiet, It's not because they don't like you or anything like that. It's because they're getting to know you. They're getting to know you. And if they ever do get quiet, it may be because they're going through something. I feel like this person is constantly working with their mental wellness, mental well-being. I don't know, I get this message of, please respect that. I hope you can respect and understand that. But I don't feel like this is someone who will ever be mean or lash out on somebody because they are going through a hard time. Like, I don't think that's them. I think they try very, very hard. Very hard, even when they're going through difficult times. And so it's helpful to have somebody who they can be lighthearted with, who they can have fun with. But that doesn't mean that they can't also get serious, you know? That doesn't mean that they can also have deep conversations, because you can have deep conversations with this person. Having Venus in Scorpio, this Scorpio energy, this is an energy that goes in depth. That if you're willing to explore your emotions, your mind, your subconscious mind, your psyche, this person will delve right in with you. And that's why I feel like they are also a fighter. That's why I feel like this is someone who also has learned kind of like manage whatever they go through, because they don't run away from their troubles, from their fears. They try to learn from it, to get to know themselves better so they can manage themselves better. This person is pretty amazing. I'm getting a diamond in the rough. I like this message like, yeah, damn, I'm amazing. You got that right. I am going to say, though, that even though they may seem pretty cool, like I said, they do have insecurities, and it might be oftentimes that they might fall into this comparison tendencies, putting others on a pedestal or comparing themselves to others. I'm getting like this message like, shut up, don't share that with them. But I feel like this person, even though they don't like vindictive people, they might tend to harbor some resentment, and I feel like they're working on it. They recognize it and they're working on it. So if they see that in you, they might like point it out, because that's something that they're working through. Because they see how harboring this type of energy can be very detrimental to the mind, to the heart, to the soul, to even the physical body is what I'm getting with them. It's like stress and all this anger and the suppressing of feelings, it can really take a toll on your mental well-being and on your physical well-being. They know that. And so if they see that you have those similar tendencies, they will point it out. And, you know, they're not one to butt in, but like, if you allow them, they'll give you some advice. But they will definitely point it out. And with this energy, they're very comedic. They're very comedic, and they try to not take things so personally, even if they do at times. Again, they're working through it. They're working through a lot of stuff. And they say like, hey, I'm human. Even if I'm showing up like a little piggy in this spread, I'm human. But okay, now I'm going to move into the other cards. And these cards here will let us know more about how this connection is going to unfold. So these first two cards will let us know about the when and how. Now, in terms to the when, I am not going to give you guys time frames, because time isn't a stable thing. You know, it changes according to our actions, our mentality, our choices. So it's not something that's always concrete. So rather than giving you a time frame, we're gonna look into what is it that you will be going through, experiencing in your life when you do encounter this soulmate, okay? And for that, we have the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, and it did come out in reverse, okay? And for how you will encounter this soulmate, we have the Moon. Okay. And we will look at these cards in a bit. So the Hierophant, when it's upright, it speaks about someone who really values tradition, who is quite conventional, conforms to like societal norms. And what does this card say? Yeah, has like really strong beliefs and shows up as like this very like knowledgeable kind of sage type of person. But being in reverse, and I don't know why I feel like laughing, but I feel like this is very much the energy of this soulmate you will be encountering. Like, they are very non-traditional. Screw societal norms. And it's funny because this is your energy. So I feel like you two mirror each other very well. And that's why you get along very well with each other, because you're not one who sticks to traditions. Or maybe it is the case that you do stick to traditions, or you value traditions, or you tend to want to do things always the right way, because you want to feel accepted by others, because you want to be validated by others, or you're scared of being misconstrued is what I'm getting. But with this energy, like, you will encounter this soulmate when you allow yourself to do things your way. When you are at a place that you are no longer caring what other people think, where you are no longer following in other people's footsteps because you think that's the thing you should be doing. Because like, this soulmate is someone who doesn't adhere to the rules. Because this soulmate you will be encountering is someone who questions the rules. Who asks, why are those rules even there in the first place? Who set them? What are they for? What is their intention? And so when you start questioning the world around you, when you start questioning why certain things are done a certain way, that's when this soulmate comes in. Because that's when your energies will be matching the most. And you will be able to recognize each other much, much quicker. Because I feel like if you were still in this high priest energy upright, if you were to meet this soulmate, they will simply frustrate you. They would not appeal to you at all, because they would be the complete opposite of you. Like, where you're sticking to the rules, this person will be like working hard to break them. So whenever you're in this energy of marching to the beat of your own drum, of questioning your belief systems, not because you're doubting yourself, but rather because you're wanting to know if these are really things that you believe in, or if these are beliefs that have been projected onto you. What I'm getting, it's like breaking out of the matrix. Is that the correct terminology? Like, I'm getting it like a sort of an awakening with this high priest in reverse. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you might be barely learning about like spirituality, mysticism, other lives and all that jazz. And so when this connection comes in, it's like you're barely awakening to all this other stuff. And it is through this connection where you will learn more about spirituality, or delve more into it, or want to get to know yourself on a deeper level. But there is this vibe of an awakening here. So whenever you feel like you're experiencing that, going through that, or it might even be like you already went through an awakening and this is like a second awakening, because we can go through many awakenings in a single lifetime. So this could be like your second or third awakening, and this is when this soulmate comes in. It does feel like a realization of something. It does feel like taking your power back. Like it says here, challenging tradition and the energy of being unorthodox. Some of you, it might even be the case where you decide to quit a job that you always secretly hated, but you never really admitted it. And then you all of a sudden come to this realization, why am I working this job that I don't even like, where I could be doing something that I really love and enjoy? Some of you, it could be like a shift in career, a shift in studies. Some of you, because the Hierophant does speak about marriage, some of you might even be coming out of a marriage or a relationship when you encounter this soulmate. I feel like it's after you come out of this relationship that you encounter this soulmate. That might be for some of you. Especially if you feel like you are currently in a relationship that is making you quite unhappy, or is not really working out for you at this moment. You might even be already considering maybe walking away from this connection relationship. If so, then when you finally decide to go your separate ways, that's when this soulmate we were speaking of comes in. Then we have the moon here of how you are going to meet. And for the moon upright, we have the key terms: intuition, dreams, and illusions. So, man, this connection is unique and precious for that. So I feel like first and foremost, this connection is going to be established. in the 5D. I said that this connection was about allowing your souls to come to the surface, to have a good time. And with all this purple here was saying that you have a strong spiritual and psychic connection. So you will first connect with this person psychically on an intuitive level. So you might pick up on their energy first. What I'm getting with this moon card is this person, this piggy over here, is going to visit you in your dreams. You might start dreaming about them quite often. And I mean often. And that is going to be a sign that they will soon come into your life. And they will make themselves known to you in your dreams. Like, they will be very clear that they are someone important. And you will start taking note of your dreams or being more interested about what your dreams mean because of the energy of this person, or because this person is appearing in your dreams. Because I feel like these dreams that you will have whenever this person shows up are going to be very vivid, very unique, very in your face. Like, when you wake up, you're not going to easily forget about them. You will remember them in detail. And so you're going to want to explore more about what the dreams mean, like what is your subconscious trying to tell you. Even if by this point possibly you don't believe that dreams have meanings, like this soul over here is going to have you believing that there is a deeper meaning to dreams. For some of you, you might even decide to go to a tarot reader or to a psychic, like, you know, right now a general reading, to possibly ask about like who is coming into your life next. And this piggy is going to show up for you. And every single reading that you get, this is the energy that's going to show up. It's like you can't escape them. You can't escape them at all. For some of you, you might even see them in vision. So if you do meditate, if you do practice some form of spirituality, they will pop up again and again and again. And that's how you will know that they will soon enter your life. And that's how you will also kind of get more familiar with their energy. It might be the same for them, where they might dream of you often. I feel like for them, they will pick up on you through their dreams the most. Through their dreams. And so when they meet you, if you haven't met this person already, that's how they will also kind of tell that this connection here, this meeting, this encounter is unique. Because they might recognize you from your dreams, because I feel like for some of you, how you appear in each other's dreams is exactly how you look in the physical world. Because, you know, sometimes we dream of people, but they look nothing like how they look in the 3D, but we just know it's them. But I feel like for you guys, you're always going to appear the same, and you're going to look very, very similar to how you look in the 3D. And that's going to be very, very bizarre. And that's going to also kind of intrigue you both in a way and have you looking more into this. I wonder, maybe by this point, both of you are learning more about spirituality, or both going through some awakening, and you decide to go to like a spiritual community or go to some type of spiritual event. Maybe that's how you meet. That's what the other message I'm getting with the moon. It's like you both go to some like secret occult, to some like secret psychic event. Secret because you're not telling anybody that you're into this, but you're intrigued. So you go to it by yourselves, and that's how you meet, and you start bonding and you get along and stuff like that. For others of you, it might be during a full moon when you meet, or at night it's when you meet. But the moon can also often denote like anxiety and fears. So for some of you, it might even be the case where you might meet this person. I'm getting like a circle, like a group, like a healing circle. It might even be like some type of therapy work where you're there to kind of work through something, express your feelings or emotions, and that's when you meet this person. But if you happen to practice divination, like you read tarot for yourself, or the tea leaves, or the coffee beans, or whatever it may be, I feel like in every reading that you do for yourself, this little piggy is going to pop up. Their energy is going to pop up. And that's how you're going to start. You will start connecting with them first. That feels like your first encounter. That's how you encountered this soulmate. This might be very specific, but check your moon sign. And whenever there is a full moon in that sign, that might be when this person comes in. I don't know. I kind of get this feeling that this person here, this soul, likes synchronicities a lot. They love synchronicities and they love puns. And so, like, their showing up is going to be meaningful. It's going to be pretty, like, I wouldn't say spectacular, but there's going to be a lot of synchronicities, a lot of, like, woo-woo and, like, magical stuff when you do meet. So when you're having, like, a magical or a very strange day, that's when you're going to encounter this person. But now we're going to look at how this connection is going to evolve. And so you can see this as 3 different stages, like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, or you can see this like your first meeting when the connection starts becoming more intimate or a relationship is established, and then you can see the last cards as the future of the connection. Okay, so for the first card we have, I believe this is the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have, the Star. And these cards fell out together. So we have the Knight of Cups along with, what is this? The Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, I suck at Roman numerals. Okay, but the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles denotes reciprocity, generosity, equality. I see this as an extension of help, receiving help from someone, extending help to someone. We do have the scales here. It's reminding me of Libra energy, which is about balance, equality, fairness. The 6 of Pentacles often also denotes an energy of being valued, being seen. So I feel like when you first encounter this person, you are going to feel seen. This person might extend some help to you, or you might extend some help to this person. Because I'm noticing how we have this hand coming down, and then we have someone cupping their hands to receive. Maybe this person gives you some advice, or you give this person some advice or guidance, and that really helps them feel safe, or helps you feel safe. I'm even getting this scenario where maybe you are at the same space or location. Like, for example, let's say both of you decided to go to a psychic fair and you haven't met or interacted yet by this point, and you're seeking guidance, help, advice from someone, but this person is not paying attention to you. And this soulmate notices you, and they are all of a sudden pulled to help you out, to offer whatever it is that you're asking for. So maybe you see like something you are interested in buying, but the seller at the psychic fair is not paying you any attention because they're like helping somebody else. And this person comes in and starts giving you the information that you need. And then a conversation sparks out of there. And you start like joking around, and you feel like you meet each other eye to eye is what I'm getting. I'm just getting a sense of safety. Like, this person doesn't make you feel insecure is what I'm getting. That really stands out to you. And the fact that you're so, like, at that moment, you feel so chill to this person stands out to them. Like, how I feel this person sees you, perceives you the first time they meet you is that you're quite charming. You're very likable. They like you right from the get-go. And for you, it feels like you just feel safe around this person immediately. I feel like that's how you bond. It might even be the case where, like, maybe, to give you a different example from the psychic fair, maybe you're like at a farmer's market, for example, and you want to purchase something, but you realize you don't have enough money to buy what you need or what you want. Like, you're missing a bit of change, and this person like is like paying attention to you already, has noticed you already, and notices that you're like off by a few, and they immediately come and give you like the extra change so that you can purchase whatever you wanted to purchase. Something like that. It just feels like they come in like out of nowhere to save the day, to help you out. It might even be like maybe somebody is trying to scam you in some way, and this person notices it and comes and intervenes and helps you out, or like helps you become aware of it, something like that. But they come in with such a charming vibe, such a charming aura, that it doesn't feel intrusive at all. And they genuinely come in to help. Like they genuinely want to help you. And it might even throw them a little off guard or intrigue them how much they felt genuinely called to help you in some way. They felt pulled to you. And I also feel like they're very chatty. So they come in and they're immediately chatty. For the next card, we have the Star card. And this is such a sweet energy. The Star card denotes hope, faith, wish fulfillment. It's also a card of spirituality, contentment, and it also denotes healing. But with the Star card, looking at this bearer, I'm thinking about the Temperance card. And so I feel like this person has captivated you, and you have captivated this person. But after your first interaction, of course, you go your separate ways, like go back home or wherever it is that you came from. But you can't stop thinking about this person. And look at this bear. He's like closing his eyes and he's pretending to be all cool and all chill, like nothing is bothering him. But the truth of the matter is, there is someone on your mind. And you're trying very hard to make it seem like this person didn't face you, like they didn't interest you. But there's no denying that they do interest you and that you can't get them off your mind. So I feel like for a while, you two are going to really pretend that you didn't captivate one another. You're gonna pretend like you don't care that you met, that you don't really care about that person you met at the psychic fair, that you're not really intrigued to know what they thought about you or what they're doing or who they are or where they're at. Because I feel like with this Six of Pentacles, it feels like a quick interaction. Like, yes, you get to talk to each other, you get to know each other a little bit, but I do feel like there's a point where you guys go your separate ways. Like I said, there was that energy of long distance. Like maybe you meet when you're traveling out and about, and then you're trying to pretend like you're not wondering about this traveler you met. And like for others of you, it might very well be the case where you're simply trying to be very patient about the fact that you are in physical separation from each other. Like you're trying to pass the time is what I'm getting with the Star card. You're trying to keep it cool. You're trying to keep your mind on other things. But it's very difficult to do is what I'm getting. It's like this bear is trying very, very hard not to think about the fact that he's not with his buddy, that he has to wait a while till he gets to hug his buddy again. Or he's trying to think very hard that he doesn't find this other person extremely attractive, or that they're not missing their dimples, something like that. But I feel like with the Star card, since it is a very spiritual card, you're often going to be feeling this person energetically. They're often going to be popping up in your dreams, popping up in your mind. When you're not even really thinking about them, their face is just going to pop up. And there's no more denying that this person sparked your interest, that there's something special about this person, that they did leave quite an impact. And so after this realization, and after I feel like the universe throws several signs and synchronicities your way in regards to this person, possibly seeing their name often or seeing anything that reminds you of them. So for example, like if this person helped you buy a turnip, you're going to see turnips everywhere and it's going to remind you of them. Then I feel like that's when this person comes back into your life. So it's like acknowledgement of your feelings, acknowledgement of the connection, things start moving along. And this Knight of Cups often denotes like a romantic proposal, an offer, an invitation. And I'm noticing how this elephant has like this helmet with wings, and it's reminding me of Hermes, the Greek god, who is the messenger of the gods. So I do feel like this can be them coming through, giving you an offer to get to know each other on a more intimate level, or start a conversation with you. And it might be them coming in So this person, if they are at a distance from you, they might come back to where you live. Or it could be vice versa. And if you did exchange numbers and stuff like that, they might call you up, hit you up, and ask to meet with you again. And they might extend some offer or invitation to you, because we do have the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles reminds me of luxuries, especially with these grapes here. So they might ask you out on a date. They might take you out to like a fancy dinner. Or what I'm getting with this card, it's like sightseeing. It's like they offer you to go sightseeing or to go to like a very unique place. Like a very beautiful and unique place. It almost seems like magical. Like it could be a garden, a castle. But I feel like they are the ones who extend the offer. And the other message I'm getting here is that actually maybe this is universe coming through as a messenger, bringing you two together. Because what I'm getting with this grapes here, it's like through the grapevine. I heard these news through the grapevine. And so I feel like the universe creates some type of event or opportunity to help you guys come back together. Especially if this was a short meeting. Especially if this was like a short interaction. Because now that I remember that Three of Wands energy, long distance, with this moon card here, like I said, maybe this connection starts off more like spiritual, psychic, link, energetical. And maybe it is the case where you might even just meet like passing on like social media, like maybe through comment section or on a DM or something like that. It just feels like a short interaction for some of you. And then you can't stop thinking about this person. And then you're wondering about them, but you don't have much information in regards to them. So you can't reach out to them. And then the universe comes in. It's like, okay, now that you acknowledge that you are interested in this person or this connection, now we're going to make stuff happen. And then the universe comes in with their little touch of magic, and they create another opportunity in which you two can come together, but you can come together now in the 3D. So this might be an event that they create and that brings you two together. Like a friend of a friend invites you and a friend of a friend invites them. And then you happen to bump into each other here. And it's like, whoa, what a coincidence. And the universe is like, no, my children, this was not a coincidence. We made this happen for you. This might even be like through a party. Like maybe somebody is celebrating a wedding, maybe somebody is celebrating like a baby shower, or what do they call those, like the where they do the gender reveals type of thing. Like it's just something happens like through the grapevine. Like maybe you hear about an event from a friend or somebody, and all of a sudden that sparks your interest and you go to the event. Or maybe you have been receiving signs from the universe in regards to this event. And so when you hear about it, you're immediately interested in it and you decide to go to it. And this is an event that this person is attending. Or maybe this is an event where this person is doing some type of exhibition or presentation, or maybe they are being celebrated for something and they're put in the spotlight. And so there's no missing them, or it could be vice versa. That's like the other thing I'm getting. So it feels very divinely guided. It feels very magical, very fated, but it's not like necessarily fate. It's just like your higher selves, your spirit team, the universe is really working with you to bring you two together. But it's like they won't do it unless your butts acknowledge that you two are interested in one another, or at least you want to get to know more about this connection. Because I feel like you both can be very stubborn. In your own unique ways, you can be very stubborn about certain things. And so I feel like for a while, you're going to be stubborn about making believe that you don't care about this person, or that they didn't strike you in a very unique and interesting way, that they didn't appeal to you. And the universe is going to be like, okay, we'll wait. Yeah, so that's the other vibe I'm getting from these cards. And with this Nine of Pentacles here, like it's gonna start off as friends, like two very independent people coming together, getting to know each other. And then I feel it has the potential to evolve into something more, because I'm getting like mirroring here as well. The Six of Pentacles does denote like partnerships sometimes. So, and with this Star card here, it's like whatever you want to make of this connection, it will unfold into that. But it has to be in partnership. Like both of you need to want this in order for it to grow into that. But it does have the potential to grow into something more in the future. But it does feel like it starts off as friendship. Yeah, but that is all I'm seeing for these cards. But now I would like to move into the last cards to get any last messages or guidance from Spirit, or possibly from the higher self of this person. Okay. Abundance is on its way as much as you allow. Be open to receiving. This is reminding me of this Nine of Pentacles energy, because this does speak about abundance. So maybe one of you is celebrating some milestone when you get to meet each other again. Reunite in some way. But I do feel like this is simply Spirit letting you know, like, be open to receiving. Be open to receiving all the blessings that are coming your way and all the more blessings that will be soon coming your way. Especially be open to receiving in regards to this connection. Do not deny your feelings when it comes to this person or this connection. That will help things move along much quicker. So we have... Oh, these are homemade cards that have quotes from the animated series Adventure Time, and we have home isn't a place. Let me give you a clue. Home is anywhere that people care about you. Oh, like I said, you guys are like home to each other. This person cares deeply for you. I feel like this is a message coming from the higher self of this soulmate. And then we have, when bad things happen, I know you want to believe they are a joke, but sometimes life is scary and dark. That is why we must find the light. Yeah, I do feel like these are messages coming from the higher self of this person. Okay, so those are all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. Let me know how it did resonate in the comment section down below. And I do offer personal readings, so if you're interested, the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. And of course, if you're new to my channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. But that is all for now. Thank you so much for being here, joining me, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the white butterfly with the red carnelian crystal, bienvenidos to your reading where we are going to find out about your next soulmate encounter. Now, I bet you have heard this a gajillion times, but I feel it's worth repeating. Soulmates, they can be romantic, but they don't have to be. So these messages are not exclusive to romantic soulmates. They pertain to all types of soulmates, so platonic, romantic, acquaintances, you name it. And my intention for this reading was to receive messages in regards to a new, or at least the most recent soulmate encounter. So if it happens to be the case that you have recently met somebody and you feel this is your soulmate and you want to know more about this connection, then this reading can definitely apply to you. But these messages are focused on new energy. So it is for those of you who haven't met this person yet, or at the very least, maybe you know of them, but you haven't really connected with them, or you met them once, but you really haven't gotten to know them. Yeah, so new and most recent. That's the energy we're picking up on. Okay, with that being said, now let me give you a quick rundown of how this reading is going to unfold. So as always, I will begin the reading with an intuitive message, and then we're going to get right into the first group of cards, which will let us know more about the connection itself, the overall vibe or energy of this connection, as well as what the purpose of this connection is, what this connection came here to teach you. And then we're going to move into the second group of cards, which will let us know more about this soulmate you will be encountering next, what their personality, overall vibe or energy is, as well as what is it that they are going through in their life when you meet them. And then the last group of cards will let us know more about when you will encounter this soulmate, how you will encounter them, as well as how this connection or relationship will unfold. And to finalize or conclude the reading, We are simply going to receive any last messages, advice, or guidance that Spirit has for you, or possibly even some messages from the higher self of this soulmate. So with that being said, let's get right into your reading. So as I connected with the energy of this group, quite a few messages came to mind actually, and the first messages were start, connect, and plug in. And I actually saw two cords connecting, sort of like connecting an extension cord to a main cord. So this might be Spirit's way of asking you to maybe start practicing connecting more with your higher self, or with them, with your spirit guides or spirit team. For some of you, it might even be connecting more with the higher self of this soulmate, especially for those of you who feel like you are already picking up on their energy, or you have already received messages from this soulmate that you will be encountering next. But I also feel like Spirit is just letting us know that through this connection, or after encountering this soulmate, you will start feeling more plugged in to your higher self, where you will start receiving clear messages from the divine, your guides, your higher self, etc. The next message that came through was forgive, forget, move on. And actually, one of the sensations I did experience was a pull in my crown chakra, sort of as if the crown of my head were being stretched upwards, which was a very bizarre feeling. It pretty much felt like taffy being stretched out. So I do feel like through this connection or through this soulmate encounter, there might possibly be a crown chakra activation. Now, the next message I received was forgive, forget, and move on. So some of you might be working through forgiving certain people, or trying to move on from the past, forgetting bad experiences, letting go of things that have been harmful, detrimental, or traumatic to you when you do encounter this soulmate, or as you start connecting with this soulmate. This soulmate might also be a catalyst for you to start healing certain things that need to be healed, or they might help you let go of that which you need to release in order to move forwards and move on. And the last messages were leading by example, as well as shared interest or interests. So you might have a shared interest with this person, and that might be what sparks an interaction between you both. Or maybe it is a shared interest that inspires one or both of you to start working on a project together. And last but not least, the final message that came through was stepping on feet. Now, I'm not sure if what Spirit was actually trying to say was step on it, and I just really didn't get it because I suck at idioms. But if the message step on it resonates more with you, then possibly Spirit is trying to encourage you to start working on that project you've been putting on hold, or do that thing you have been eager to try out but a little hesitant to actually do it. Or it might just be that when you meet this soulmate, things are going to progress or proceed rather quickly. It might be the relationship itself, or it might be that things in your life are going to start speeding up. So in your business, career, your personal growth, etc. But if stepping on feet resonates more with you, I don't know, the first thing that came to mind was dancing. Either you, no offense, or this other person might be a terrible dancer. And if you were to dance with them, one of you will get your feet stepped on quite a lot. Okay. Oh, and I want to point out these two. It's so strange because I find these two energies to be so different from each other. We have the white butterfly, which reminds me of purity, simplicity, humility. And then we have this red carnelian, which is all about passion, energy, leadership, joy. Is also known as a stone that helps encourage a sense of courage. Yeah, so this might be denoting that your personalities are very different from each other, yet it is your differences that inspire one another. This person might see you as someone pure, as someone that inspires hope and faith in them, and you might see this person as someone who inspires you to be courageous, to be a leader, to pursue your passions, or it might be vice versa. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. And These first cards will let us know more about the overall vibe or energy of this connection. And actually 2 tarot cards fell out for you guys, so we will take a look at them. And we have the 7 of Cups, as well as, the Sun. And to clarify, we have the Oracle card, Seasons. Okay, interesting. I actually suck at reading Roman numerals, but luckily I have memorized the images of the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, so I can kind of guess which numbers they are. Okay, TMI. But having the Sun card here, I feel like this connection is one that truly brings out a sense of joy. It's very much like the energy of this carnelian crystal. I feel like this connection is quite passionate, and I'm getting even the energy of anticipation. Like you're always anticipating meeting this person, going out with them, like what next adventure will I have with this person? Because what I'm getting with the 7 of Cups is like a guessing game. Like you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's coming. With this person, with this soulmate, every time you meet them, you discover something different, be it about them, be it about yourself even. And so what I'm seeing with the 7 of Cups as well is that they help you see the world in a whole new light. The world opens up to you and you discover its many secrets. You discover its many hidden places. This person might actually encourage you or invite you to visit new places or places that you never even thought of visiting or going to. Or this person might have a lot of hobbies, might have a lot of interests, and they might pull you along to explore those hobbies or interests. And you might find that you might like some of them and others you might not like so much. But that also allows you to get to know yourself a little bit more. Like by knowing what we don't like, we know what we do like, right? And that's the energy I'm getting with the 7 of Cups and the Sun card. I'm especially with the Seasons card because seasons for me denotes change and transformation. So in this connection, there's a lot of that transformative energy where you're allowing yourself to go with the flow is what I'm getting. You're being open to change. And it's because this person, this soulmate, or at least this connection in itself, doesn't make change seem scary. Like with the Sun card, I'm getting that they soften the energy of change for you. Maybe before you felt like change or transformation was a bit scary. We did get that message of forgive, forget, and move on at the beginning. Maybe some of you have been struggling with letting go of certain things. You tend to hold on to the past or to an idea of a future, and it frightens you to let go of that, to surrender that. But through this connection, it's like that fear, that anxiety, that worry that comes with the idea of change, it simply fades, it dissipates. Because the 7 of Cups can denote illusions, but we do have the Sun card here. And the Sun denotes revelations. It's shedding light on that which is hidden. So I feel like whatever you thought you didn't have clarity on, or whatever you felt you were a little like iffy about or confused about, through this connection, you get a whole new perspective in regards to it. You get clarity. And seeing that we have like 7 different cups here, it's like you are able to separate things from each other. It's like using discernment. Where before maybe everything was muddled and confusing. It might be like your emotions. Maybe you weren't clear on how you felt about a certain situation because all your emotions were kind of like messed up in regards to it. This person or this connection kind of allows you to separate or discern your emotions so you can get better clarity on how you feel about what. Or even what I'm getting with the 7 of Cups is like figuring out your priorities. What are your priorities? What inspires you? Inspiration is the word I'm getting from the Sun card. Like what truly motivates you? What sparks that passion within you? And what doesn't? Like what do you really want to be focusing on right now, giving it your all on? And what maybe doesn't require much of your attention at this moment? So I feel like this connection is very much here to set things straight is the message I'm getting. So this might be strange, but I feel like the relationship or the connection itself is very open-minded. You might be able to talk to this person about topics that you never felt comfortable talking about with other people. Maybe because they were considered taboo for some people, or it made some people uncomfortable, or it really required some in-depth thinking, and a lot of people were not comfortable with that, because this sun is actually Buddha. And so I'm getting a lot of messages of different religions, ideologies, belief systems. And so I feel like this connection really comes in to help you explore. This person might be very knowledgeable in regards to various religions or belief systems. They might also be knowledgeable in regards to spirituality, mysticism, the occult. It's like they know a little bit about everything. This might be you, this might be them, or both of you, right, who are interested in various different things. And so when you come together, it's like you teach each other something new, something that you didn't know before, and it furthers your knowledge. And with the seasons card, it's reminding me of the different seasons. It's reminding me of cycles. We did get that message of step on it. So I do feel like this connection itself will be quickly transforming and changing. It might be that this connection evolves pretty quickly, where it starts off like as an acquaintance, and then the second meetings you're like friends, and then the third meeting you're possibly considering dating, and then the fourth meeting you are dating, and so on and so on. If you are looking for a romantic soulmate, if not, then this can evolve from like an acquaintance to possibly a business partnership, then to a friendship, then to like soul buddies, and so on. But what I'm also getting with these three cards together is that I do feel this connection at times. You're not really gonna know where you are standing. Like for example, if it is the case that you two are not very communicative with each other, and because the connection does evolve so quickly, like when you are with this person, things seem like they're speeding up really fast. At times, you might not know where you are standing in regards to the relationship, like what you are to each other or what this relationship is. Because the Seven of Cups, like I said, could sometimes denote not being clear in regards to something. So at times you might feel a little confused and might wonder, are we friends or are we something more? Is this heading in another direction? What direction is it heading towards? What I'm also getting with the Seasons card is that there might be a lot of falling apart and then getting back together and then falling apart. It's like, you know, the seasons. There's summer, spring, but then there's also fall and winter. But that doesn't mean that the sun won't shine again. It does feel a bit like a roller coaster ride, but I mean, that does tend to happen in relationships, doesn't it? Like, there's ups and there's downs. Like, that's just life in general. But there might be a bit of that, like a separation, then coming back together, or maybe just having a bit of disagreements and then making amends and so on. I'm noticing how in the sun card, we actually have two sunflowers here. Sunflowers might be pretty significant for some of you guys. I know that the sunflowers always face the sun to get the most out of it. So I feel like this is letting me know that you two will always strive to get the most out of this connection. Like whenever you are together, you make the most of it. And that's why we have this sun energy, because you're really enjoying the moment when you are with this soulmate. The sun also reminds me of like being in the spotlight, because you enjoy being with this person so much and you kind of like let loose quite a bit when you are with this person. At least that's the energy I'm getting. You two, when you're together, you might be the center of attention. So let's say if you decide to go clubbing and you start dancing together, everyone's just gonna stop and look at you guys. Like, you will be the main center of attention. A lot of people might just like turn around to look at you two because maybe you look really good together. You just stand out. When you're together, you radiate. You're quite magnetic when you're together. And it's because when you're together, you don't have a care in the world. Both of you feel free with one another. Both of you are just letting yourself be your best selves. The sun also reminds me of confidence. So I feel like this connection really helps encourage or boost your self-esteem. Like you feel really confident when you are with this person. And it's because this person might be very confident in themselves and that inspires you to be confident. Or this person might really like to compliment you and that kind of puts you in a really good mood. It's like they make sure that you always feel like this sunflower who is continuously being nourished by the sun. You might feel like this person is the sun for you. This person might feel like you're the sun for them, who continuously nourishes them and gives them like life, joy. Ecstasy is even what I'm getting. For some of you, I'm even getting a bit of like an impulsive energy here because you feel so free-spirited with this person. You might tend to act in a certain way that is not usual for you, or you might be tempted to delve into certain activities that if you were a little more level-headed, if you weren't like high in joy and ecstasy, you might not really consider delving into, because I am getting a bit of like substances with the Seven of Cups. So there is that caution there, but again, maybe some of you don't mind about that. So I'm getting a lot of party energy as well with the Sun and Seven of Cups, especially if you're one to like partying or quite extroverted or like that type of ambience. Like this person will really light up the party with you. Like they know how to party. But I feel like that message will only resonate with a few of you because I'm getting like two ends of the spectrum. Like this person really inspires you to be a little bit more outgoing and try new things, but there's the other end of the spectrum where it's like you already like to explore new things and you like to party and go out, and so this person, it's like your party buddy, so this energy only intensifies and doubles when you are with them. Yeah, but those are the messages I'm getting from these three cards. But now I'm going to move into the other cards. Oh, and with the Sun being Buddha here, I feel like with this, in this connection, you're going to explore a lot in regards to your spirituality, your spiritual or psychic gifts or abilities. Like you're really going to delve into what you truly believe in, what is in alignment with you in terms of like religion, spiritual beliefs, etc. And what is it that you want to delve more into and practice? Yeah, I feel like spirituality, spiritual concepts are going to be very important in this connection. Okay, but now moving on to the other cards, we have these two, which will let us know about what the purpose of this connection is. And we have number 7, the crown chakra. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. And to clarify, we have intuition, Mercury in Cancer, the 4th house. For the other groups, I have been pulling out these mini homemade chakra cards to see what energy center this connection is stemming from. But since we have the crown chakra here, I don't feel there's any need to pull out any more extra cards, so we'll just leave it as it is. So I was mentioning the crown chakra at the beginning and the intuitive message, so definitely I feel like this connection comes in to help you activate your crown chakra. This might also be the same for this person, where this person's crown chakra might be activated after encountering you or as you two start connecting more and more. Now, the crown chakra is the 7th chakra, and this is the energy center that allows us to receive information and downloads from higher realms, higher frequency, higher beings. So this is the chakra that also helps us receive messages from our higher self, our spirit guides, the divine. So I do feel like you guys will be more tapped into yourself, your own intuition, your own inner guidance, with the help of this connection. And I feel it is because through this connection, you are going to explore a lot of your psychic abilities or explore a lot about what you believe in. What is it that really resonates with you? And you are going to feel inspired to learn more, to start looking or getting informed about what chakras are, how they work, how you can activate them, and possibly even doing some exercises to try and activate these chakras. And I feel like one of the chakras that is going to be definitely activated is the crown chakra. And because we do have the energy of intuition here as well. So I do feel like your intuition is going to be on point. And that's the point of this connection, to help you strengthen your intuition, or at least get more connected with it. Now, the crown chakra, it's reminding me of one of the clairs, which is claircognizance. And that's about a knowing, a deep knowing about things. Like you just know something about someone, or you just know that something's about to happen. You just have this certainty and this knowing about things. And I feel like that's one of the abilities that will be coming through when or after you connect with this soulmate. Now, I'm noticing that in this card we have the message, our ability to transmute negative energy into light. And I feel this is very connected with this sun energy here. The sun is reminding me of transmutation. We can transmute heavy, dense, or so-called negative energy into something lighter when we shine light upon it. So when we acknowledge it, when we infuse it with energy of love. So this connection is here to help you heal, or to help you, like I said before, change your perception or your perspective of things. And in this change of perception, you are able to transmute energy. Because it's like this example I once saw on an Instagram feed, where one person looks at a bee and sees poison and fear. Like they immediately imagine themselves getting stung, and the bee is the devil to them. And then there's this other person who looks at the bee and sees honey, sees flowers, sees life, and they are not afraid of the bee. They are in awe of it. So you see, your perception really changes the whole game. It is your perception that either creates or has you residing in either love or fear. Now, with Mercury in Cancer, this is an energy that often looks to the past in order to analyze present events. So this is an energy that often compares what is happening now to something that happened in the past. And that's how they kind of decide whether the present event is good or not good. And this can often lead them to not follow their intuition as much, because they're using judgment rather than discernment, because you're comparing something that happened before without really allowing yourself to see what is truly in front of you now. With the crown chakra here, I feel like this connection, again, it's about that perspective and perception, where possibly it's about helping you let go of the past, where you're not clinging on to it so much that you're allowing it to rule your present moment or to affect your present. And you can get better clarity on what is happening in the now. Now, the crown chakra is also reminding me of communication for some reason. And Mercury in Cancer, well, Mercury is about communication, and Cancers love storytelling. Like, they love to read books, they love to learn new things, and they don't mind a good chisme, good gossip every now and then. So I do feel like communication between you both is going to be really great. You will know exactly what stimulates you intellectually or what interests you. Like, conversation with this person is never dull. And you might have a good grasp on this person's emotions, or through this connection, I feel you will learn how to understand emotions a lot better. Because Mercury in Cancer is not simply about feeling your emotions, but Mercury in Cancer tends to think about the emotions quite logically. So maybe it's the case where before you allowed yourself to kind of get swept away by your emotions, but you never really understood what your emotions were trying to tell you. And remember, with the Seven of Cups, I was getting kind of this energy of like separating your emotions or discerning them. So I feel like through this connection, you are going to learn how to identify your emotions and even understand the emotions of other people, or how to connect with the emotions of other people in an intellectual way is what I'm getting. It's very psychological. It might even be like how to communicate with somebody, what words to say, how to act when someone is feeling angry or when someone is feeling sad, how to respond accordingly to not aggravate the situation or to soothe the energy. It's also giving me a very healing energy because it is the 4th house. It's kind of giving me that energy of comfort, of security, of safety. So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of healing involved. Healing in regards to perception, perspective, belief systems, as well as feelings, how to connect with your emotions and feelings in a more deeper, meaningful, and productive way. And Mercury in Cancer can also talk about childhood conditioning. Mercury in Cancer really cares about what their closest loved ones think about them, really takes into consideration the opinions of their family. And it depends on the situation, but for some, if that is resonating with you, where you feel you often look to your family for advice or guidance, or you don't make a decision until you have the approval of your family members or of some specific family members, then it might be the case where this might often inhibit you, or it really does not allow you to express yourself to the fullest, because maybe what you truly believe in might not be something that your family believes in, or these people who you really consider their opinions believe in. And so oftentimes you might go against your own beliefs and your own desires to try to appeal or appease these other people, and that might often, restrict you in many ways. So if that is the case, I feel like this connection also comes in to kind of make you become aware of that and to help you break that cycle or kind of let go of that habit if you want to, so that you can set yourself free in a way, liberate yourself, and be your most authentic self. Because the Sun also talks about showing up, being authentic, staying true to you is what I'm getting with the Sun card. I'm noticing we do have the name Gabriel here, so maybe Archangel Gabriel is pretty significant for some of you. Maybe Archangel Gabriel be the ones who are protecting this connection here, or who helped bring this connection along. I'm noticing a lot of flowers. We do have a butterfly, and butterflies are attracted to flowers, so maybe flowers are pretty significant for your connection, or this person thinks of you like a flower. And I'm noticing how the flowers here, they're still closed, they haven't blossomed or bloomed. So I feel like this connection also helps to instigate or inspire an awakening. It's possibly even preparing you for a spiritual awakening. And if you feel like you have already gone through an awakening, we can go through several awakenings in a single lifetime. Because we're always growing and evolving, and there's always something new to discover and awaken to. Yeah, okay, but those are the messages I'm getting here. So now I'm going to move into the other cards, which will let us know more about this soulmate. So this card over here will give us information in regards to the overall vibe or energy of this soulmate. And we have Hawk Clarity, but this card did come out in reverse. So here we have it. And then this card over here will let us know about how their 3D personality will show up for you guys when you first encounter them. And we have the 5th house, Mars and Leo, egotism. It's a funny picture. And then we have this card, which will let us know about what is it that they will be going through in terms to their life when you encounter them. And this might give us more information in regards to the why they are showing up the way that they are when you meet them. So we have the 3 of Cups, number 1, the Sun. Wow, we have a lot of Sun energy for them, or for this connection. Sun, and we had the Sun at the beginning. So maybe the Sun is also associated with Leo energy, I believe. So maybe this person has Sun in Leo, or at least is Leo moon or rising. But with all this Sun energy, it's just reminding me of someone who is quite extroverted, or at the very least, they are very confident about themselves. It could be about their appearance, it could be about their social standing, about their skills, about their line of work, or just overall, they are a pretty confident person. But you know what? With what was this one? With the hawk being in reverse, which denotes clarity, and knowing that the sun oftentimes speaks about clarity, I feel like this person wants to appear as someone who is completely confident, as someone who possibly is put together or has it all together, but deep down, they are still trying to figure shit out. Like, they still are quite unclear about certain things. It might be that this is how they deal with that. Like, they don't like to feel not in control of situations. They don't like being in the dark about things. And so how they cope with this is by appearing confident. It's sort of like, I'm not gonna focus on the lack. I'm just gonna focus on what is working out. And I'm going to magnify that. I'm going to really make that stand out. So that is the only thing that I see. So actually what I'm getting with this image, it's reminding me a bit of like a peacock energy. I feel like for some people, this person might come off as a bit arrogant or egotistic, but I don't necessarily feel that from them. I just feel like they really want to feel confident. They really try very hard to be confident. And it's not so much so that other people can think of them as someone who is confident. It's more for them. Maybe they have been working through some insecurities or have been really trying to increase their sense of self-worth. And so this is their way of doing that. They hype themselves up. They hype themselves up even when they're scared, even when they're not sure about something. And I feel like sometimes this can lead them to do drastic things because they're trying to prove something to themselves, is what I'm getting. Like, they're constantly trying to prove to themselves that they can, that they do have it in them, that they are brave, that they are courageous. And so they might often set themselves to do things that they didn't even really have to do in the first place. Like, for example, if somebody all of a sudden dares them to do something, run barefoot across a frozen lake, this person will take on the dare just to prove to themselves that they don't easily chicken out or something like that. And so I do feel like this person might often tend to put really high expectations on themselves, or might often dare themselves to do outlandish things just to prove something. They might set really high goals or standards for themselves, and they're ones who they need to see it through. They need to prove to themselves that they can. So it's like, I'm even getting that this person might often choose the most difficult paths just to prove their strength, their courage, their tenacity. And so this is a person who can be quite competitive, has a competitive nature, or competition really drives them, really motivates them and inspires them. This is someone who might also enjoy sports or like physical activities, because with the energy of Mars here, and then with Leo, which is a fire sign, Mars is very action orientated. It's very fiery. Again, that Cornelian energy here. So this is someone that has a lot of energy. And if they don't exert that energy, it can build up and it can be a bit destructive. So they need to shine like the sun. So they need to channel that energy into something productive, be it exercise, physical activities, be it into creativity. Because sun energy, it's reminding me of like sacral chakra and the solar plexus. So the sacral chakra is our energy center that deals with creativity, creation. So this person might also be very creative, or like I said, they might have a lot of hobbies. And they have a lot of hobbies because they're constantly needing to exert all of that energy. So they might be into various different things. So from like physical activities, like, I don't know why I got like taekwondo, to boxing, to swimming, to something like cooking and pottery and building furniture. It's like, it's all over the place. It's because they are also very curious people. They're also always finding something. And I feel like it's something, they're always trying to find something new to prove that they can do it, to get to know more about themselves. Like, what other thing am I skilled at? Like, what other thing am I good at? Because I do feel like this person is quite talented. Like, whatever they set their mind to, they can accomplish and they'll make it work. That's what I'm also getting with the sun energy. It's like so bright in your face kind of thing. It's like wherever the sun illuminates, there is life. But also, you know, the sun can be very, very intense. So I do feel like this person can get very, very intense sometimes, and that might put some people off. And I feel that they're very aware of that because we do have this hawk in reverse. Hawk reminds me of having like this bird's eye view. It's having like a wider perspective of things. It's also, again, reminding me of perspective and perception. So it might be the case that this person also struggles with that at times. Maybe they see too into the future, or they have like tunnel vision where once they get focused into something, they need to accomplish it, or else they can't move on to the next thing. And so I do feel like this connection helps both of you in this way, where it helps open your mind and help bring in clarity and helps you see situations in a more positive light, or at least in a more helpful way, especially in regards to how you view yourself, how this person views themselves, because this person tries very hard to feel confident, but I don't think they truly believe this confidence that they're trying to portray. With the Three of Cups, it's giving me a very joyful energy, one of celebration, one of hanging out with friends, one of merriment, one of party. So when you meet this person, I feel like this person is going to be at the prime of their life, peak of their life, prime of their life. They're going to be the center of attention. We do have the number 1 here, which reminds me of the Magician, reminds me of a leadership energy. So when you meet them, this person is going to be feeling pretty in control of their life. At least that's how they are appearing. They might literally be glowing, like their skin might be looking flawless, their hair might be shining, their eyes are twinkling, they look super attractive, they're quite magnetic, they're very charismatic, they say the right things, they do the right things, they're in the right place at the right time, they're getting opportunities left and right, they have a bunch of friends, they're always invited to a bunch of events and parties. Like, their life seems like it's pretty active when you meet them. Like, they're quite social. There's a lot going on around them. People are constantly gravitating towards them, and everybody wants a piece of this person. So I don't feel like this person, when you meet them, might be involved with anybody by this point. I think they're like, you know, pretty free, pretty out and about. And they seem pretty happy. They seem pretty happy. They seem like they have figured out what they want to do with their life, about their career, where they are at, where they want to go. But I do feel like underneath all of that, they are unclear about something. They still have some doubts. There are definitely some insecurities. Maybe the life that they have been living thus far is no longer appealing to them. I do get this feeling that they're starting to question themselves, their life, why it is that they're doing what they're doing. Like, what's the purpose of them? What's the purpose of their existence? They might even start questioning why certain relationships don't work out for them, or why certain people are put off by them. Like, they're really starting to look deeper and closer at themselves and at their life and at their relationships is also what I'm getting. So I get the similar vibe, like both of you, when you encounter, you're like at the peak of a breakthrough, like you're about to push through an awakening. You might be each other's catalyst for that awakening, or you might help prepare each other for that awakening, where you both kind of inspire each other to look further, to dig deeper, to want that change and transformation. I'm also getting that this person might have everything, like everything that society deems is needed to be successful. Like they're quite wealthy, they have a home, they have a stable job, they're quite attractive, they have a bunch of friends, the right connections, popularity, all of that. But it seems like even though they're crowned, they still feel like something is missing. They're still feeling quite empty. Like I feel like all this time it's been their ego that has been ruling, and now they're trying to find that connection with their soul, with their heart, with their spirit. Because the sun is our personality, what we show to the world. It can sometimes be ruled by the ego. So, and we look at this rooster here and we see how he's actually turning away from the sun. Like he's looking towards something else. Like I said, sometimes we can be blinded by the light, and thus we lack clarity. Thus we can't really see what is important. So this person is looking away from the sun so that they can finally get their vision back. And what I'm getting, it's like their inner vision. Like I'm seeing, looking for depth, looking for a deeper meaning. Possibly even looking into the shadow, looking into the darkness to find the answers. Okay? But this person is definitely a leader. This person possibly has even learned how to become a master of manifestation. Like whatever this person set their mind to, they acquired, they achieved. So they know how to manifest what they want into their life, but they might not refer to this as manifestation. They might say it's something else like hard work, determination, or perseverance, but I do feel like this person sees, visualizes, and then accomplishes. They really have figured something out. And you might learn a lot from this person in regards to that if you feel like you struggle with manifestations. Oh, and the last thing, in the Sun card from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot with the original tarot, there's actually a baby in it. And actually the 5th house does speak about children. So this person might love children or work very well with children. And I feel like because underneath all of this like tough exterior and like cocky confidence, this person is actually quite childlike, possibly sometimes even childish. And so they really understand children, like they really speak their language, and maybe it is with children that they feel the most like themselves because they don't have to fake it with them. Like they don't have to pretend to be anything or anybody when they are with children. And so with them, this person can allow themselves to be goofy, to, stumble and trip and not always be so put together. So children might gravitate to them a lot. Like they might just look at this person and start smiling or laughing. And it's because I feel like they are quite the sweetheart. They have a warm and nurturing energy to them, and children can sense that. Like even animals can possibly sense that. They have quite a nurturing energy, so they might have a lot of plants, tend to plants, or might have a green thumb. Like they might be really good at caring for plants, caring for animals, caring for children, all that which needs nurturing. Okay, but now we're going to move into the other cards, which will let us know more about the how and when of this connection. So in regards to the when, I'm not going to give you guys a time frame because time is susceptible to change. Always. It's never set in stone. Our decisions, choices, actions, way of thinking can quicken or slow the pace of things. So instead of giving you a time frame, I'm going to let you know what you will be going through or experiencing in your life when you encounter this soulmate. So that could give you like a clear idea. For that, we have the Queen of Wands, and the key terms are passionate, take charge, and energetic. And for how you will encounter this soulmate, we have the King of Wands, and the key terms are natural leader, innovative, and visionary. Oh, snap, I just realized we have a queen and a king. So this is a pair. These are counterparts, and they're both of the wand suit. So definitely counterparts here. So your energies really balance each other out. And so with the Queen of Wands here, I feel you will encounter this soulmate when you yourself start feeling more confident about yourself, when you start taking more inspired action, possibly even start following your intuition or your own inner guidance. It might even be when you discover something that you are passionate about and you all of a sudden get the inspiration to start pursuing that passion, start pursuing that dream. And it might be when you are finally taking some action in regards to it that this soulmate comes in. So for example, here we have a protester or an activist. So maybe you find something, a cause that you are really passionate about, that you want to fight for or support. And when you're about to go to like a rally or something, that's when you will encounter this person. It's like that moment of decision. For some of you, it might be that you have been studying, let's say, psychology. And then all of a sudden, you come to realize that this is not something that you're very passionate about, that you actually want to become a writer. And in the moment you decide to change your career, that's when you meet this soulmate. Or in the moment that maybe you decide to start taking like writing classes, that's when you meet the soulmate. Or this might be something like you've never cut your hair, but you always wanted short hair, and you possibly never cut your hair because your family was against it for some reason. And then you all of a sudden get this inspired action to cut your hair because you know it will make you feel good. And the moment that you do, that's when you encounter this soulmate. So it's something like that. It's when you take inspired action in regards to something that you're passionate about, in regards to something that truly resonates with you, heart and soul. And I do feel like this is also a time in which you're going to be feeling quite energetic, quite motivated to accomplish your dreams, to do you. I'm also getting an energy of like self-love, defending yourself, defending your beliefs, standing up for yourself is what I'm getting with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands also denotes someone who is quite magnetic, stands out wherever they go, someone who gets a lot of praises over their appearance or just their aura, the overall vibe. I do feel like this is also a time where you're gonna get a lot of looks, like, you know, appraisive looks, like good looks, like people are gonna be turning your way, admiring your beauty, being attracted to your aura, to the vibes that you emit. For those of you who are like content creators, you're going to get a lot of acknowledgement over your content. You're going to be praised for your work, for what you do. For those of you who are like aspired singers, artists, musicians, actors, actresses, the list goes on and on. I feel like if thus far you've only been singing in the shower, all of a sudden you're going to get the confidence to sing at a karaoke and you're going to get a lot of compliments. You are really going to shine and going to stand out. You might even get the courage, because the Queen of Wands also speaks about courage and being assertive. You might get the courage to open a YouTube channel or to post a video on Instagram or TikTok where you're singing or you're dancing, and then you get a lot of followers, you get a lot of likes, you get a lot of compliments, and that only boosts your confidence and motivates you to maybe pursue this thing that you're passionate about or pursue it on the side. I'm even getting a bit of a rebellious energy with the Queen of Wands, so some of you might be feeling very rebellious during this time, and all this energy attracts this soulmate in because they, I feel, are very much coming through as the King of Wands. And so once you show up as the Queen of Wands, you attract the counterpart energy, which is the King of Wands. So in regards to how you will meet, I think I already gave quite a few examples. You will meet this person whenever you decide to take some inspired action. And whatever that inspired action is in regards to, that's when you will meet them. So like I said, if it's cutting your hair, you'll meet them at a salon or on your way to the salon. If it's going to a rally, you'll meet them at the rally or on your way to the rally or on your way back home from the rally. But it does feel like you venturing into something, that's where you meet them. So it can even be from home. It could simply be from home, you post a video or you just post a comment or a post publicly, and this person sees it. This person will see it, will comment on it, will engage with the content. And because this is the queen and the king, you will automatically gravitate towards their post, their comment. It's like you won't be able to miss them, and they won't be able to miss you. You won't pass each other by, is the energy I'm getting, because you're both showing up as the queen and the king. So you will spot each other from the crowd. Like, your energies are quite magnetic, so they will gravitate towards one another. That's how you guys will encounter each other. So it can even be like taking a class and they happen to be in that class. You decide to go clubbing for the very first time in your life and they happen to be in that club, and they happen to notice you out of all of the people that are in the club, and you notice them out of all the people that are in that club. But the main theme here is inspired action and something that you're passionate about. And so you do have to take some action in order to encounter this soulmate. Pretty cool how the queen and the king came out. Pretty cool. You both are vibing. Okay, but now we're going to see how this relationship is going to unfold. So you could see it as 3 different stages: stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 of the connection, or you can see it as your first meeting and when establish a relationship with this person, and then the last card you can see it as the future of this connection. Okay, so for our first card we have the moon. For our second card we have the Queen of Cups. And for the third card we have the 7 of Pentacles. So you know what's interesting? We've gotten so much sun energy, and now we finally have the moon. Like, once you encounter this soulmate, the moon comes out. And I find that interesting because remember how I was saying that this rooster was looking away from the sun and looking towards something else? And I feel like this rooster was looking towards this moon over here. Because the moon denotes depth. It deals with the subconscious mind. It deals with the shadow aspects, shadow self. It also deals with our emotions, with our feelings, as well as intuition and all things spiritual or mystical. So this person is definitely looking for depth, and they find it with you. That's what I'm getting with this moon. They find what they have been looking for, what they feel like they've been missing with you in this connection. I feel like this person, because we do have counterparts here, this person is the sun. Like, their energy shows up as the sun, and you show up as the moon. So this is the sun and the moon coming together. And then we have like a pair here as well. We have a wolf and we have a doggy. And there's like this path that divides them both. So like I said, I feel like you two are quite different from each other. Like, carnelian, sun, white butterfly, the moon. Maybe your worlds, your lifestyles are very different from each other. Like, at a surface level, looking at you two, you're quite opposing, but it works for you. You match. You make a cohesive pair. Even though this is a wolf and this is a dog, they're both canines. So they're kind of both part of the same species. So you are similar at the core, but your lives are very different from each other. You might come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, and those might be your differences. But your drive and your passion is pretty similar. I'm noticing we have these 2 towers in the background, and they're a mere reflection of one another. So it's like your foundations are pretty similar to one another. What you want to build your tower upon, or what you want to build for yourselves or in your life, that vision is very similar. So with the moon here, I feel like because the moon is reminding me of like something mystical and intuition, when you encounter this soulmate, it's gonna feel very magnetic. You will be immediately attracted to this person, and you might not even know why. It might be pretty obvious why, like, first, because I do feel like this person is very physically attractive, and I feel like you are also very physically attractive, even if you don't think so. You are quite beautiful, or this person finds you very physically attractive, and that might be why you also kind of gravitate towards one another. But I do feel like there's something deeper. Apart from physical appearance, there's something else that really pulls you to one another. And that part is unexplainable. Like, you can't put your finger on it. You really don't understand what is it of this person that reels you in. And they feel the same way. And even though you're like face to face, there's this deep sense of longing still. I'm almost getting like hunger, you know, when you're so hungry and you're eating, but you're still so hungry, even though you're stuffing food into your mouth. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, even though you are meeting someone that you really vibe with, that you really resonate with, that you feel pulled to and you really are attracted to, there is this like longing to get closer to this person. It's like not enough. Like, having them close to you, talking to them, it's not enough. It's like this hunger for more awakens within each one of you. And it's a hunger for depth. It's a hunger for a deeper connection, for a more intimate relationship. Not like just physical, but emotionally, spiritually. I'm even getting the sense of crying. Like, you know, when you're so emotional and you're so ecstatic, all of a sudden you feel like crying. And it's an overwhelming feeling is what I'm getting with the moon. And that might really shock both of you. It's like, why has this person impacted me this much? I barely met them. Like, why has their words touched me so, if it was just like one sentence? If it is the case, your first interaction with this person is through like social media or something like that. Yeah, and it's gonna be very like inexplicable is what I'm getting with the moon card. And so I do feel that after your first encounter, you two will not be able to stop thinking of one another. And the longing to meet again will be so intense. And I feel like you will be dreaming about this person. They will be constantly on your mind. You will be daydreaming about them and wondering what they're doing, where they are at, and longing for them. That's the energy I get with the moon card. It's like this person awoke a longing within you, and now you can't silence that. And there's this need, there's this want to reconnect. With the moon card, I do feel like there is going to be an awakening of like spiritual abilities. It's like as soon as you meet, a psychic link forms between you both where you can feel this person energetically, even if they are not around you, like physically. Like, you can feel their energy, you can feel them with you. Like I said, you might even constantly be dreaming about them, and it's because your souls might be meeting in the astral realm. With the moon card being here, I'm even getting that you might pick up on this person's feelings and emotions and vice versa. And that's why you will constantly be longing for one another, because you're basically feeling each other's longing for each other. So it's going to be very intense. And with the Queen of Cups here, this is a psychic queen. She is highly intuitive, highly empathic. So I definitely feel like your psychic abilities are just going to heighten, skyrocket after encountering this soulmate. And I feel like that is the energy that really progresses quickly for you guys. It's like all of a sudden you can feel this person, you can hear this person's thoughts, possibly even see them in visions, see what they're doing, know what they're doing. And like I said, it's so intense. It's like this connection, first and foremost, unfolds and strengthens energetically, spiritually, psychically. And with the Queen of Cups here, I feel like because all of these things are happening, because you're feeling all of these things, you and this other person will feel inspired to find out what all of this means. Like, where is all of this coming from? What am I experiencing? And that might lead to your awakening, in a sense that you will start trying to get informed about maybe what soul connections are, or more about psychic connections or psychic abilities, and how to tap into them. And like, for example, what is telepathy and how can you strengthen a telepathic connection? And you might start exploring more about that. And that's when you will also get this urge to to know more about this person that you feel energetically, spiritually connected to. Some of you with this Queen of Cups energy, because it is a very creative energy, might even be inspired to try to manifest a reunion with this person. Because with the Moon and the Queen of Cups here, I don't feel like you two will be interacting in the 3D by this point. Like I said, it feels more like on an energy level. So I do feel like with this Queen of Cups here, this is the point in which you are going to start actively trying to connect with this person. Be it energetically, spiritually, but I feel like trying to manifest them in the 3D. Like I said, trying to manifest a reunion with them, a second meeting. Because then we do have the Seven of Pentacles here. And the Seven of Pentacles denotes hard work paying off, things finally coming into fruition, finally seeing the fruit of your labor. It's an energy of results, rewards, and manifestations. So I do feel like the Seven of Pentacles is denoting your reunion. Like by this point, you two have successfully manifested a reunion with each other. And I'm getting this feeling of fondness with the Seven of Pentacles. It's like you two have worked so hard to manifest this reunion and to nurture this relationship, that this connection, like this relationship itself is kind of like your child now. It's like your precious or your precious baby, because you have been working on it possibly for a very long time, or you have been putting a lot of energy and effort into it, and a lot of emotions and feelings, because we have the Moon and the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, she's the queen of the emotional realm, the Queen of Waters, and the Moon is the ruler of the emotional realm. So there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of emotions here, and I feel like as this connection strengthens spiritually, psychically, you two will start feeling very sensitive. It's going to bring out your sensitive side. It's going to bring out your nurturing energy, so that when you finally meet, you two will feel very nurturing towards this connection and nurturing towards each other. Because the other thing I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles is that this is your second time meeting, possibly in the 3D, but you already have history with this person, because you have been connecting with them emotionally, spiritually, soul to soul, energetically, all this time, from your first meeting up until this meeting right here. So you are already very familiar with each other's energy. You are already very fond of one another. And so you are quite precious to each other is what I'm getting. And because you two are counterparts, you mirror each other. So you guys can feel each other. So if you hurt, this person hurts. If this person hurts, you hurt. And so you're very mindful, very aware of each other. And so you cannot not be attentive to one another, because that's the energy I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles as well, as being very attentive to the connection, to each other. Always seeing what the connection needs, what the other person needs, what is required to allow this connection to evolve, to grow to its fullest potential. Because I was picking up at the beginning that possibly this connection, it's going to unfold rather quickly. There was that energy of speed, things speeding up. And actually, the Seven of Pentacles is quite the contrary. It speaks about slow and steady wins the race. It's something that takes time, that is quite slow moving. But in order for it to grow beautifully and to prosper. And so I feel like what quickens, what moves very quickly is the spiritual aspect of this connection. All of a sudden, your psychic gifts and abilities, they skyrocket. Like this soul connection evolves very, very quickly, where maybe you're first dreaming about them, and then all of a sudden you're hearing their thoughts, and then all of a sudden you're feeling whatever they're feeling, seeing whatever they are seeing, knowing exactly what they're going through, communicating back and forth with them without delay, without problem, and so on. But in terms of the 3D connection, I feel like it's gonna go slow. That's what I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles. And I feel like that's coming from both of you. Both of you decide to take this connection slow because you care so much about the connection and so much about each other. You don't want to push it. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to force anything. You want to allow this to grow, to blossom at its own organic pace. It's like tending to a flower. And we were getting a lot of that flower imagery for you guys. We have flowers here. We have flowers here. And we had flowers here. So you're really giving this the time and space it needs to blossom. And you're tending to it constantly, continuously, because you want to see it blossom. You want to see it grow. I'm also seeing it as you see each other as a flower that you want to nurture, that you want to love, to see it grow. Oh, it's so sweet. So I do feel like this connection really brings out your nurturing side, both of you. And it might be quite a contrast from how you were showing up before you encountered one another. And I feel like if it is the case that you have been struggling with confidence, you're going to be so sure about this connection. So sure, because you have already experienced so much in regards to it energetically, psychically, that there's no denying that this connection is real. And so your confidence is going to strengthen through this connection. It might be confidence in your own psychic abilities. It might be confidence in your intuition. And so for you, there is no doubt that this connection is real, that this person loves you and you love this person. At least that's the vibe I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles. And for them, it's, I want to finally take things slow. I don't want to fake. I don't want to rush. I don't want to push because I believe in this. And I know I don't need to speed it up to make it into anything that it isn't. Because I know it will eventually grow. And it is growing. It's like having full faith in regards to this connection, because this person has placed their heart and soul into it, and they are willing to give it their all. It's like you two are willing to give it your all into this connection. You're willing to work for it. You're willing to nurture it. You're willing to do whatever it takes to make this happen, because you see how beautiful it is. You see how authentic and genuine it is and feels, and you see how much good it does to you. Like, you feel and you see how much this connection brings out the good or the best of you to the surface. You feel the change within. And so I feel a lot of also gratitude towards this connection and towards each other. Oh, it's so very sweet. Okay, but those are all the messages I'm getting for these cards. So now I'm going to move into the last segment, which will be any extra messages, advice, or guidance from Spirit, or possibly even from the higher self of this soulmate. Okay, those were a lot of cards, so I'm going to put them back in. And I'm going to ask once again to receive any last messages for group 3, please. Okay, so I think we already have one. So we have notice the signs. Notice the signs you've been receiving. It's not mere coincidence, but a special message just for you. Look, we have dolphins here again. That was the Queen of Cups. So maybe dolphins are of significance to you or for this connection. So if you see dolphins a lot, imagery of them, if you dream about them, if you see them in real life, that might be a sign that you are about to encounter this soulmate, or this might be how the higher self of this soulmate shows up for you. But I feel like there's a lot of signs for you guys, like flowers, butterflies, sun, moon, imagery. So notice the signs, notice the repeated signs. And with the moon and the Queen of Cups, I do feel like there's going to be a lot of that in this connection. A lot of signs and synchronicities. A lot of magical things happening. So notice them. Do not disregard them. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, these are homemade cards that contain quotes from the animated series Adventure Time. And we have 3 that fall out. I'm air. I've been trapped in that bubble for so long, I've forgotten who I am, but now I'm finally home. I feel this is a message coming from the higher self of the soulmate. They're letting you know that when they meet you, it's like coming back home. And being trapped in the bubble, I feel it denotes being trapped in the ego, being trapped in the illusion. And when they meet you, they finally come in contact with their true self. They're finally able to be their true self. And we have, you're letting your brain dial turn your fear volume up. And the last message, I knew that if my parents could see me now, they'd be jealous of how lumpin' awesome I am. Yeah, so for those of you who feel like you have been holding yourself back because of family or because of trying to meet your parents' expectations or something like that, this message might apply to you. It's just, pretty much letting you know that you are awesome. You're awesome. Whether you meet your parents' expectations or not, you are lumpin' awesome. Okay? But those are all the messages. Oh my god, look, and we have the moon and the sun showing up here again. So definitely, sun and moon imagery is pretty significant to this connection. And I feel like that's just another confirmation that you guys are divine counterparts. Okay, but those are all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye bye!